put yourself smack dab in it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine. Right now, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, started taking it. Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories.
A top rheumatologist told me that in the lab it shows antiviral activity against COVID-19 and it prevents uptake in the cells and it also decreases the inflammation that we're seeing with this virus. Now, does it work in humans? We've seen some studies from Italy, from France, and from China that show it might work early in the course of it. And there's a big study in Spain right now and a huge study from the NIH looking at this. Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit has given it to 3,000 healthcare workers, Tucker, to see if it prevents them from getting COVID-19. So when Dr. Sean Connolly, the president's physician, who I have met with and think is quite reasonable, weighs the options back and forth, he decides to prescribe it for the president. It is a doctor-patient decision. It should not be challenged. As you know, I think that that drug saved my father's life.
Get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, we just put 11 years of radio excellence into the can. Now, in our 12th year, the Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. What has stuck out to me is how wrong, petty, and self-serving our medical science experts have been. They told us to gather when they should have told us to mitigate. And now a complete reversal. We must stay prisoners in our own homes when we should be out and about. Then there's the rules for hospitals not to take normal elective, quote-unquote, medical issues like heart attacks and kidney disease and diabetes to save all the beds for COVID. The only disease on the market. Pure genius. So then, obviously, every death that happened becomes a COVID death any way they could, while ignoring the real causes. Thus, the COVID numbers skyrocket. And the COVID death rate is such that these experts tell us to stay locked up much longer than the real facts might indicate. Oh, and then the politicians, mostly Dems, Dem governors, they sniff a whiff of tyranny and make us subjects of their whims. No paint or carpets in Michigan. Open a business other than a box store in Illinois, and you're liable to be jailed, fined, or both. A New Jersey gym opens. They have social distancing. They're clean. And then they have a mysterious bathroom backup and they're closed again. And on both coasts, you can't lie on the beach or swim in the lakes and oceans. You still have people in power talking to us like we're peons, like we have no rights. But then there's other governors, mostly Republicans, who are labeled as mass murderers or worse, that decided they were going to open and get us back to being American humans. Imagine that. And guess what happened? Their COVID cases and deaths have dropped like a rock, way down, with only intermittent spikes. And it was found that 66% of corona deaths in New York were from the lock-ins. As with all experts, what I say is this: just like putting, listen to advice, putt your conscience. Reopen America now. Or am I wrong? Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave Weinbaum. I'm your radio talk show host. Happy Memorial Day weekend, and I'm here with radio legend in his own right, Steve Wheeler, the official owner of this radio station. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Don't forget my wife, Dave.
Okay, Jill.
All right, there you
Yes,
go. The
I'm
official
sorry.
owner of the radio station.
The official? Something happened that I didn't know?
No. I'm not.
And how was this deal made?
Yeah,
I'd be curious to see that one. What did you do wrong?
34 years of marriage.
34 years of marriage. Yeah, well, that's a good
wrong.
thing.
I know, but I'm
Steve,
just,
come on.
That's
It's a
how
good
it happened. I kind of let you speak a little.
And you know what it is today? And she's late.
No, she's
there
not.
she is.
She's walking through
late.
the door.
This is late.
This is not.
She's
late.
going to get docked today.
Be nice.
No
nice.
drink for you tonight. No drink. And there's my lovely bride, who on the day before our anniversary, our first very anniversary, is here, but she's late. What is going on, dear? I don't understand.
I wouldn't say she's late. She's right on time.
I lost my keys.
Okay.
Oh, bummer.
I believe that. All right. That's a good one right there. Hey, I don't know. It looks like we have a call. I have no idea who this is, but caller, we're going to play this song before I even hear from you because I got a feeling who it is. Hit it, Steve.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise.
Everybody sings. Come on.
Big man someday, you got
Right on your face, you big disgrace.
kicking your can all
Over the place.
singing.
We will rock you.
I want to hear some rock.
We will rock you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the opening act of the Dave Weinbaum Show, the official opening act of the Dave Weinbaum Show. We have a 251-year-old man on the show, and his name is J.J. Bradshaw. Hi, J.J. How you feeling today?
Good morning, Dave. Hey, I'm batting 1,000 here. I cannot complain at all.
Oh, golly. I hope I'm that way when I'm half your age. Hey, what's in the tinfoil hat of yours? What's under it, I should say?
Well, first question for you is Elad Hakim going to be on today?
Yes, he is. And I mentioned that to him, by the way. I mentioned that you were absolutely livid that he wasn't on last week, weren't you?
Well, I get livid over Democrats. I don't get livid over Elad taking a day off. But, Flynn's attorney has filed a writ of mandamus about getting Flynn released. And I want to hear all the dirt on that from Elad because this is kind of curious stuff to me. So please ask him when he comes on.
Yes, sir.
Michigan, you mentioned Michigan. They've got some problems. One of their biggest problems is their little Hitler governor, Whitmer. Donald J. Trump, the leader of the free world, went to visit a Ford plant there and chose not to wear a mask. Now, Michigan's attorney general beat him up for that. Governor Whitmer beat him up for that.
Yeah.
And my advice to them is, if you're going to try to kill the king, you better make sure you get it done.
Well, wait a minute. Don't go there. But listen, that Secretary of State banned the President of the United States from Michigan. The last time I looked, Michigan was still in the United States of America, wasn't
it? These are little Hitlers.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
Whitmer got caught with her. Whitmer got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Some of the relief money that went to Michigan, she personally, her and her staff, let contracts to some Democrat organizations, spread that money around. Well, she got caught, and she ended up having to negate a bunch of those contracts. Now, she acts like this is no big deal, but to the rest of us, normal people, yeah, this is a big deal. That shows corruption in her staff and corruption in her regime. And this woman needs to be voted out or recall petition. There is one going for her.
Well, there's another option. She might be vice president. Wait a minute.
Have her arrested.
She's on the short list of vice presidential candidates for sleepy Hayden Biden.
Well, Joe's not going to. He's not going to make it. So I'd be surprised if he actually lives to see the election. He's
Joe Biden is 9 points ahead, according to Fox poll. He's 9 points ahead of Donald Trump. Do you believe this? I don't believe it.
No, I don't believe this. If you look at the pollsters, they've got a definite left lean to them, and that's all of them, including Fox News, who used to be my go-to for news, but no, not so much anymore.
Wow.
Since
who do you go to?
Wow.
Besides the Dave Weinbaum Show, there's a plug. Who do you go to?
Well, Western Journal, Breitbart are two of the big ones that I do. Western Journal I like quite a bit.
They are good.
Get rid of the stupid ads, but
right. So JJ, before you get too far off into it, now if you would have done this like the gal up there in Michigan, would you have been arrested or not? Isn't that
there's no question. I would be sitting in the Phelps County Jail right now,
right, for
trying
fraud.
to talk to my lawyer to get me out.
Right.
It's clear to me, and apparently clear to you too, that there are two different systems of justice in this world. And it happens if you're a Democrat politician, you get a pass on most everything. Something that has enraged me for years is that the conservatives, the Republicans, have all this dirt on the Democrats and absolutely refuse to use it. And whether they think that's being courteous or politically expedient, I don't know. But there's so much out there they could use to beat these people into submission, and they absolutely refuse to use it.
Wow.
Well, we need to get the average citizen, like yourself. Well, you're a super citizen, and you're an elder citizen too. You're 251 years old, for God's sakes. But it means the average person needs to encourage our Congress people to speak out, and we need to speak out ourselves. If you see something on social media, if you hear something on the Dave Weinbaum Show, another plug, then you've got to, that you disagree with, you got to make yourself known why you disagree. If people don't hear the other side, they tend to go to who's the loudest and who's saying it most often.
I like the picture of the guy with the missile launcher on his back when he went into the subway.
Our elected representatives are really tired of hearing from me because I beat them up all the time over stupid things they do or things that they haven't done that they should do. And I'm telling you, Roy Blunt and I are on a first-name basis anymore. He calls me Bozo, and I call him Comrade Roy. But, you got to let these folks know.
Yeah.
What I've taken to doing the last couple of years is handwritten letters to these folks because I had been turned on to the fact that a handwritten letter actually gets read at some point up there. Emails, not so much. They check on a list. Okay, this guy is gun control. This guy is that. So the handwritten letter works, and I've given myself writing cramps from writing these folks.
All right, so what else do you have under your tinfoil hat, JJ?
Well, the last thing on Flynn, please ask Elad, of course, but, Susan Rice emailed herself, CC'd herself, a number of times during the Comey ordeal. And
well, actually, it was one. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure about a number of times. It actually happened at 12:15, the day of the inauguration, the president had already become the president. Like minutes before is when she wrote this thing. And at three places, it said, we have to go by the book. We're going by the book. And in it, she threw under the bus James Comey, the FBI, and President Obama, especially his White House lawyer, who supposedly was advising her to write this memo.
Indeed. There is much more to Susan Rice's emails than just this one. This
yes,
is the one that
I agree.
stands out. But she CC'd herself, and I do this when I'm doing emails. I always CC myself, goes in a file. It's a CYA. You know what that means.
Yeah.
Make sure that you've got either written or electronic proof that you did something right. Now, do this by the book. What they ended up doing was doing this by the Democrat playbook, not the rule of law book. So gradually, these folks are being exposed as being the corrupt folks that we all know that they are. And I sincerely hope that Barr and company continues to pursue this. I think Donald Trump is encouraging them to pursue this, as we should as citizens.
Well, I think Donald Trump...
Last thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One last thing. CDC guidelines just got changed.
Yeah, right.
And something that all of us suspected for some time is that there's very little contagion that occurs over surface contact. They said earlier that the virus could live 3 or 4 days on a surface. Well, that's under ideal lab conditions. If you're in a restaurant or similar place where they're using sanitizer, the odds of surface contact contagion are practically zero.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Dave, I got to go. I'm going to be listening to this thing. God bless you. You're doing a great job.
JJ, God bless you for being a great friend and a great opening act to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Good day.
All right. And I'm just a little bit disturbed, but not a lot, but just enough to where I think maybe a Sicilian moment might be appropriate here. I'm not sure.
So?
Yeah,
All
I think
right.
so.
We can do that. Let's do it right now here.
Hey, you hear about the polite hitman? He had a welcome mat in his trunk. Forget about it. We don't all have to be animals. We don't have to be animals. We should
nice
be,
soft one,
We should be.
And I'm sure it wouldn't be like, like a bear skin or a polar bear skin.
No.
We wouldn't want the blood all over it.
No, when a man is in your house or your car or your trunk, you should treat him with respect.
That's right.
Respect. Come on. What are we, animals here?
I would just say, look at it.
No, we're not animals. My goodness.
Shut the trunk and say one last
Shut
breath.
the trunk up.
Shut the trunk up.
And with that, we need to take our first break, by golly. We got the Rabbi coming up. He'll be up at 9:30. Got lots to talk to him. And Cheryl Chumley, she's back. I can never have enough questions. I mean, I have too many questions to ask her and not enough time. Laura the Illuminator Loomer's got some news, and especially about these mail-in voting things. She's personally involved with how these things turn into vast frauds.
Absolutely.
We've got DeAnna Lorraine, who I think has a job with Newsmax, and a man in demand, Elad Hakim, the lawyer. We're going to discuss the legal issues of the Flynn case for sure. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778. Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Of the multiple choices for investing advice, the Brummett team at Stifel is ready, willing, and able to form a plan to suit your needs. Member of SIPC and NYSE, the Brummett team has been in business for 30 years. Call 573-364-8930. That's 573-364-8930. My son Aaron and I are proud clients of the Brummett team.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
The email that was declassified from Susan Rice on Inauguration Day, which is so peculiar. It set the scene. It's Inauguration Day. You're moving out of the White House. This is the most powerful building on planet Earth. Susan Rice is moving out, reflecting on her time here, and what is she doing? She's not packing her boxes. She's not being nostalgic about her time in the White House. What she's doing is writing an email where 3 times she writes that President Obama emphasized to conduct the investigation into Michael Flynn by the book, by the book, by the book. She writes it 3 times. As Shakespeare said, thou doth protest too much, Susan Rice. He didn't have the Susan Rice part in there, but I'll add that in. 2, she was asked specifically about the unmasking of Michael Flynn after she discussed it on January 5th in the Oval Office with Obama, after she wrote this email to herself on Inauguration Day.
Kayleigh McEnany, a new all-star, the new press secretary for our president, Donald J. Trump, shreds a reporter from the mainstream media in a press conference, and she does it like very, very easily. It wasn't like she had to try. She didn't get upset when the guy tried to savage her. The press is up against an all-star. She's a lawyer, and apparently she knows how to do stuff and fight back. So that's terrific news. And we have more terrific news. We have a caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Dave. This is Paul from O'Fallon, Illinois.
Hiya, Paul. What's up, my man?
Hey, all this stuff with the tyrannical governors making these unconstitutional laws. No one is bound by the Constitution to follow or enforce an unconstitutional law. And the way I read this is all citizens and legal residents of the United States, by their presence on the territory of the United States, are subject to the militia duty, the duty of the social compact that creates the society, which requires that each, alone and in concert with others, not only obey the Constitution and the constitutional official acts, but help enforce them, if necessary, at the risk of one's life. And I just don't know why people aren't taking the governor of Michigan, the Virginia governor, or the governor in Michigan, the governor in Virginia, the governor in Illinois, why these people are not being forcibly removed.
Well, it could happen.
So you're saying kind of like the old citizens arrest, citizens arrest.
No, I think he's talking about a revolution, an armed militia.
Well, I understand that,
Yeah.
but what he's saying is, why can't an average group of citizens go and incarcerate this person and say, we're taking you out because you're violating our constitutional rights?
I think it could happen.
Exactly.
But you know, the Revolutionary War didn't happen for a long time. They were ticked off at the English for a long time before they actually started firing shots at them.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I was saying, Dave, a little earlier about the guy in the picture with the missile launcher on his back. That was from up in Michigan. I mean, these guys,
it's coming.
It is coming.
And that's why we can't afford to lose our Second Amendment.
But on the same aspect, wouldn't you think these politicians would see that? I mean, are they that power driven that that their eyes are that they got blinders on? I mean, Paul, what do you think?
I believe
I
the
think
Democratic Party is infested with tyranny. In order to they see that as the only way to beat Donald Trump, in my opinion. What do you think, Paul?
Well, they're already chipping away at the rights with these red flag gun laws they're enforcing in states.
Right.
Illinois already has an unconstitutional Second Amendment law, which is the FOID card. Those are in violation of the Constitution because you have to pay for that card.
Right. There's a lot of ways they can get around the Second Amendment, and one of them includes exculpatory insurance on guns, too.
Correct.
That's a good word, exculpatory. I don't know if it's the right word for that, but what do you think? MBA? Oh, she's eating now. All right.
I also feel that this COVID stuff is getting everybody lined up, geared up for socialism.
Oh, sure.
How do 600 people from a meatpacking plant that's China owned all of a sudden come down with COVID?
I didn't know it was Chinese owned.
Meat shortage.
You're talking about in the United States, right?
In the United States, yes.
I have no idea.
Mifflin Meats is a Chinese-owned meat packing company.
Yeah.
They get the meat here, process it over in China, and bring it back here. They say they can do it cheaper. How? I don't know.
No, I don't know either. Hey, listen, I got to get going here because I got another caller. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then we got the Rabbi, and that's in 2 minutes. Okay, if you want to call back later, that's fine.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you a lot, Paul. Have a great weekend. Great Memorial Day weekend. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum. Whoops. I got ahead of you. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. You got about 3 minutes or 2 minutes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Brian from, wherever I'm at.
Oh, no. We got to stop that. Steve, get the...
you know what?
We need the patrol to find him.
Unfortunately, Brian, we're really tech savvy, and we have a GPS tracker, so we know where you are.
We got drones.
But we're not going to give up your disclosure.
We have drones.
Okay.
We have drones.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay. So, on your last caller, he was pretty adamant about, if necessary, going in and removing the governor by force. Okay, that is not necessary at this point. Constitutionally, what is supposed to be done is to have a recall election. Starts with petitions, and then they have an election, and the guy is decided whether he's removed from office or not. Okay. And the citizenry needs to realize what kind of man is in charge in their state, and they need to start a recall petition for a recall, have that guy run through what amounts to an election that decides whether he is fit to remain in office or not. And if he is not, out the door he goes, and then you have another election for a fresh new governor. At least that's my understanding.
Well, how did that work out in California? Because they've had a year-long governor recall situation there. I'm just wondering. I haven't heard about it in months now.
Well, I don't know either. I didn't study on that, and I didn't even know the governor of California was in trouble.
I think I got the Rabbi on, so I think I got to take this call. It's calling all the way from Israel,
Okay, and, I'll see you later.
You can call back if you like. I won't disclose where you're at, even though I know exactly where you are.
Yeah,
you
right.
didn't know that, did you? All right. Is that the rabbi?
Yes.
Did he say shalom?
He did.
Okay, good. All right, let me introduce. What do? You play your song first, or
you play the song first?
Okay, go ahead. Let's play his song because he'll whine. You didn't play my song. How do you say that in Hebrew?
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this man travels the world, uniting races and religions. The second most powerful person in Israel, and according to his wife Yonit, in his own home. He's the future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple, golf course, casino, hotel, and spa, and he's the official rabbi to Missouri and the Dave Weinbaum Show. Please welcome, all the way from Israel, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Woo-hoo! Okay. Rabbi,
thank you.
How you doing? But are you okay now? You're not going to weep or anything like that? You're not going to whine?
Your name is Weinbaum.
Excuse me. Who contacted me on Monday?
Good one, Rabbi.
I think it was Monday. Yeah, you contacted me on Monday and said, "I'm coming on your show, aren't I?" How come you didn't contact me? I don't contact people on Mondays. I contact them on Tuesdays. You were so eager to be on the show that you misplaced the whole day. So what's up with that?
I just didn't want you whining all day on Tuesday that I didn't respond right away. So I got.
Well, you didn't. I was whining because I didn't know there was a holiday. You did not inform me of the holiday, knowing full well that I'm ignorant. Okay.
So there's actually two sides of the street, Rabbi.
What does that mean? I don't understand. Yeah, he's going down the wrong side, I'll tell you that much. Hey, let's get into this now because there's important stuff here. Netanyahu must go to trial on bribery and corruption charges. So he's going to court Monday, isn't he? I mean, Sunday.
Yeah, he tried to get out of it and have his team go representing him, but the court ordered that he actually has to show up, at least for that part of the trial, the beginning of the trial.
Really?
The initial stages, yeah.
Well, then they don't do that in the United States except in the Democratic House. Tried to get that out of Trump. Didn't work.
Yeah, so it's going to be, if he wasn't there, I don't think it would have been as covered. Of course, it will be covered by the media, but it's going to be a circus, with the prime minister showing up to court.
Sure.
The optics are bad.
So what do you predict? What do you predict is going to happen with this sham?
Well, the problem in Israel, like you have in America, although it's changed a lot, we have a very activist judicial system that is very left wing here. So I don't have a lot of hope for him, to be honest with you. Not because I think he's guilty, and not because I think his cause is not just. But I think it's just stacked against him. It's like imagine your judges are Shifty and Nadler and all those guys. I mean,
we got one got one right now. Emmett Sullivan. We've got the FISA court justices. We've got them all over the place in this country.
Oh yeah, exactly. That corruption. I mean, that's what I'm afraid he's going against, and I think that had a lot to do with this decision, forcing him to show up, because the optics of a sitting prime minister showing up to court is really bad.
Yeah,
no matter guilty or not guilty.
So what if he's guilty? Does he have to resign?
Well, they're not going to come to a verdict. I mean, all the pundits are saying it could be like 2 years. After his. Okay. He's supposed to be prime minister another year and a half, and it looks like the trial's not going to conclude before that. So
I see.
Yeah.
Right.
He does not have to resign in the meantime, unless he's convicted.
On another note,
and that's not.
Here's a real interesting piece that I found. Iranians, average Iranians, not the ruling parties, not the Ayatollahs, average Iranians are seeking asylum in Israel.
Yes, thousands of them. Not a few, but thousands. They're trying to escape two things. Number one, of course, the coronavirus is raging in Iran, but this oppressive regime. And, we've always felt for, decades that it's not the Iranian people, it's, the Ayatollahs, it's the leadership. But the Iranians are pretty good people. So thousands of them are trying to get into Israel. I don't know what Israel's going to do. I don't think they're going to let them in, but we've had thousands of applications. Incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way,
yeah.
American Jews also, there's a 300% growth in the number of applications of American Jews who want to move to Israel post-coronavirus.
Well, I see that, and I think there's a lot of anti-Semitism going on now. There's a lot of blaming going on. We talked about this last week, a lot of blaming of Jews somehow for the coronavirus. And,
it's your fault, Dave. Don't you know that? It's all you. It's your fault.
I know.
My fault.
I know. I got my wife is here, so I'm used to that. You know that, right? In fact, I have a joke that goes along with that at the end. So, I can't say it right now, though. Hey, despite the Palestinians growing by 6 times since 1948, the inception of the modern Israel, U.S. Congresswoman Tlaib says Israel has committed ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. How does that happen? Wow.
Yeah, you know what? She is a piece of work, Dave. I mean, she should be in the Palestinian parliament here,
Well, she is, kind of.
Yeah, she can make up whatever she wants, lying left and right. And who calls her out on it in the end?
Me?
Is she censured by the Democratic Party?
Me, Laura Loomer. The Democrats are fine with this. They're fine with this.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
Because they believe it, too.
Well, I think so.
A lot of them believe it.
I think so.
I think a lot of them do.
Now, another note, United Arab Emirates takes the first flight to Israel. No bombs were dropped. Palestinians now refuse COVID aid. We don't like what happened, so we're going to make ourselves vulnerable to kill ourselves. Okay, would you explain how that makes sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense in the insane world of the Middle East, because this has been, if you drive around Israel today, the Palestinian homes have these massive black water reservoirs on the top of their homes. Why do they have it there? Because their water system is so antiquated. And when Israel tried to help them to upgrade it, they said, no, we don't want help because we'll never cooperate with the enemy. So in the meantime, their water system has all kinds of issues. They have stoppages, and this is how they behave. It's like dealing with a 6-year-old. We could solve peace in the Middle East. They would just grow up, and take help when they can get it.
Will it ever happen? Not in the, well, maybe it will. Who knows? I mean, come on.
Look, the United Arab. This is an amazing thing that they open commercial flight to Israel. I mean, amazing.
Absolutely incredible. Amazing. Yes. Hey, another former ally of Israel was Turkey, and Turkey now is anti-Israel, except for now they have something in common with Israel. They have been drawn closer by mutual hatred of Hezbollah. Is that going to work out or what?
Well, I'm not sure, because Erdogan, who is he is trying to position himself in the Middle East amongst the religious Muslims. Prior to that, Turkey, was a secular state. So I'm not sure, but, Turkey used to be a great friend of Israel. We used to do all kinds of joint military exercises. Israelis would travel there, but now, Erdogan is the problem. Again, it's like the Iranians. The Turkish people are okay. They're fine. They're not like Hamas. They're not terrorists.
Well, Erdogan is getting very close. I think he's getting along with Donald Trump right now. And he might be a thug, but, he's still, kind of wants to be okay with the United States. usually a pretty good thing to be okay with the United States. You get a lot of money. You get a lot of support. So he might be going along with that program.
They are part of NATO. They're part of NATO.
Sure. So other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute?
They can go to my website, IsraelAlliance.org. IsraelAlliance.org. Dave, I just wanted to tell you, I was working on my my muffler this week, and when I finished, I was exhausted. All week I was thinking of that.
Thank God. Did you make that up?
I did. I thought it was your kind of joke.
Oh, my God. Can we have some applause for the Rabbi finally writing his own damn material? Okay, Rabbi, listen to this. Lisa, husbands don't listen to their wives. Me. Honey, it's the only way we stay sane. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. No, that's not funny. Oh, stop it. What do you know? How do you know from funny?
On our first anniversary.
Oh, no. I mean, it's a joke. Come on. I even mentioned our anniversary.
I'm sorry. The Rabbi wins this round.
I mentioned it
his
last.
His joke is better.
Our wedding. My proposal on air last week.
Dave. I just quit while I was
Give it up.
Guys, you know what?
I'm done.
I'll let you guys fight, and I'm going
See what you started. You see what you started. Rabbi. All right. Thank you. Shabbat shalom. Heidi, don't eat the kids, right, Rabbi. Stay safe. See ya.
You got it.
All right. Always a great interview with the Rabbi, and finally writing some of his own material. Well, that's a mark. That guy's a stand-up comic. How do you not write your own material? What the hell's that? What's that about? That's right. And speaking of stand-up comics, well, this is not stand-up comedy, but I'd like to go to 4 if I could. Seinfeld confession, if you could jump down to that.
Tell me your sins, my son.
Well, I should mention that I'm Jewish.
Well, that's no sin.
Oh, good. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Dr. Whatley. I have a suspicion that he's converted to Judaism purely for the jokes.
And this offends you as a Jewish person?
No, it offends me as a comedian. And it'll interest you to know that he's also telling Catholic jokes.
Well...
I mean, and they're all jokes. I mean, the Pope and Raquel Welch in a lifeboat.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh.
All right, that was pretty good. You got to admit, right? Yeah, nobody's commenting anymore.
No.
You flubbed one joke, and nobody talks to you anymore. What is that? Oh, my goodness.
We're paying attention.
All right, so fine for you guys. All right, let's talk about some subjects. You want to call the show? Call it 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. We've got a lot of things happening, and we've got Biden hiding in his basement still, and yet he's getting ahead in the polls. Do any of you recall the election of 2016? How much chance were the pollsters giving Donald Trump the day of the election? 0. He wasn't going to win anything, and these were smart people.
So, when you think about it, and we've talked about this in the past, how the Democratic Party actually controls the media and different things like that. So you can see how it's just all one big circle, because they're not going to, you know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but polls make their living off of being accurate.
Well, but...
So how is that still an industry? Who is going to rely on a poll that's totally inaccurate? I'll tell you who. Democrats.
Well...
It's weaponized.
It falls under that same category.
Right.
Obviously, it's democratically controlled. The what they're putting out isn't true based on reality. It's based off of what they believe.
Yeah, they skew it. No, I think they actually skew it.
Okay.
Skew the questions, skew the who they're interviewing. Maybe they should get a Trump supporter once in a while.
So out of the big picture out there, though, who actually delivers the poll results?
Fox News.
Okay. The media, then.
The media, right.
So they're all hand in hand, sitting around their big board table.
But how do people in the short run, in the short run and long run, ought to be rewarded by accuracy. If you're a poll, I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's actual results. You know, I mean, you want to hire a fake poll? Okay, I get it.
But no, you're missing the point.
No, I get the point.
Who has the control? And that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's all controlled by the same people sitting around the big table.
Yeah.
You know,
they figure out ways to cheat on the polls, and they survive that way. I'm just amazed they can survive. Okay,
They're
that's all I'm saying.
False readings,
okay.
basically.
All
if
right.
you ask me, I mean, because obviously it shot him in the foot in 2016, right?
Well,
That's
you know
where
what?
You were going.
It really ticks me off so much, and I'll tell you how much it ticks me. I can't tell you this. I can't tell you how much it ticks me off.
Dave,
but this is where we have to go. We have to go to number 2, the Animal House. We have to go there right now. I want to go to the Animal House. I'm pissed.
Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
It ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the toughs get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Ah! Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst. Oh, we're afraid to go with you, Pluto. We might get in trouble. Well, just kiss my ass from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this! Warmer, he's a dead man! Marmalade, dead! Niedermeyer!
Dead! Pluto's right. Psychotic, but absolutely right. We gotta take these bastards. Now, we could fight them with conventional weapons. That could take years and cost millions of lives. No. No, in this case, I think we have to go all out. I think this situation absolutely requires a really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
We're just the guys to do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go!
Go! Now we'll shut down those poll stations.
That's it.
Now we'll get them. Come on, now I feel good.
Well, it's
let's open up America. Let's go.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm for you.
We got to get people in the mood to do this, and I think with enough, I think these guys got to back down real quick. I think the Democrats somehow thought this was good for politics, shutting down people for months and months more than they needed to. And it's the scientists. You can't trust these experts.
Well, Dave, when you think about it from the standpoint of, they came up with this essential business. Well, Walmart's open and all the big box stores are open. And you know what? It's essential there, okay? But what makes it not essential for a hairdresser and what makes it not essential to go to work and be able to provide a living for your family? I mean, that's where the whole I didn't agree with this essential businesses staying open. That to me was nothing but, and I hate to say it, how much merchandise in a Walmart is from China? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean, when you take a look at the full thing and what it's done to our mom and pop community throughout our nation, they did what they wanted to do. They want to keep the big box stores open, make us depend on them, and we're not allowed out of our house. It was
Well, it's still like that, and now it's time to get out. It was supposedly done so that they had enough hospital beds for the COVID 2.2 million deaths that they all believed in the beginning. These are the scientists that believe this, and now that's over. It's way down now, and so let's get us back to work.
Right.
And even back then, you could have protested. Cheryl Chumley will say it never should have been shut down.
I agree with Cheryl.
Yeah,
I totally agree with Cheryl. I mean, unfortunately, it hit the elderly and the people who have the other problems with their health the worst. But that.
Well, then speaking of the elderly, the politicians get a hold of it. Governor Cuomo in New York, what does he do? He takes COVID-infected patients from hospitals and dumps them into senior citizen homes. 5,700 senior citizens are killed. It's not enough that he's killed millions of babies with his pro-abortion policies. I mean, if he runs for president, is we get you coming and going.
So obviously people are sitting out there thinking, well, this is just a ploy for the government to get rid of the weak and the elderly, to not be having to pay them in Medicare and Social Security.
Well, something's going on, don't you think?
I agree. That's why, I'm not the only one sitting out there thinking that.
I think we need to listen to a wiser voice. I think we really do, and I think... Well, let's
Could it be the one on the phone?
Yeah, let's do Amazon Alexa, and we'll talk to this.
Okay, we can do it.
Yeah,
we'll do that and come right back.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
All right, what are you doing? Why are you turning my volume down as I come back on the radio? It's not yours.
Trying to get yours up.
I think it's my volume.
Follow your little cord over there.
Oy
and figure out
vey.
which one it is.
That's what I was turning.
Well, I actually switched it to where I was.
Yeah, I got in trouble.
So, yes,
Yeah.
you did get into trouble. Hey there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I'm sorry about all the... well, you know what? If you're watching TV
Bickering.
these days and you're watching the people Skyping from home, there's a mistake made every 30 seconds, it seems like. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Daniel from Rolla.
Hi, Daniel. What's going on?
I just want to tell you, Mr. Weinbaum, that I agree with you that we never should have shut down our economy over a virus. And the president did come on and say over the last couple of days that if there was another outbreak, that we certainly wouldn't shut it down again because that was a great big mistake. And I just want to tell you, I'm a liberal that listens to you in the morning just because I enjoy the way you talk and the way you say things. And I just want to tell you that we're in agreement 100%.
Well, that's very kind. I wish I could confirm what you said, but actually, in the beginning, I thought that he probably should have done something. I wasn't sure what it was, but in the beginning, I was more of a sucker than you guys.
Well,
Now-
restrictions and a shutdown are two totally different things. Some restrictions in place are okay, but I think a shutdown was terrible for our economy.
Okay, well, I think it is terrible for the economy. After all, why aren't we shutting down for the flu? Does anybody talk about the flu? 60,000 deaths per year? I mean, we've been having this...
How many flu deaths compared to coronavirus?
I don't know.
deaths
Who knows how many coronavirus virus deaths
Well, that's
there
what
are.
I'm saying. Why, all of a sudden our flu deaths just went off the table.
Yeah,
and
nobody
they're not
says anything
reporting-
about the flu.
If it was a flu death, it was probably
You know what?
counted as a coronavirus.
We're really a few months from now. We're really going to learn that. I think that everything that happened in China was minimized, and that we're going to find out that a whole lot more happened in this world than we realized. But we protected ourselves as best we could, and we saved a whole lot of lives when we did it. I just think that the economy it suffered a bit because of some of these extra positioning that we take.
So you're gonna vote for Joe?
You know what I vote for? I vote for the cannabis vote. It depends on which president's going to come out and give me the health care that I need.
Okay, I get it. Well, that was kind of a brash question because it's really none of my business. What the hell? I'm on the radio. I ask provocative questions, and that's what I do. Daniel, I really appreciate the call. Hey,
personal,
call me back sometime and give me a run for my money. Okay.
You betcha.
Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate the call.
See ya.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, how about that?
Waxy, there you go.
There we go. Boy,
Alias
I expected to
Waxy
get
Brown.
shot across my bow here, and he's agreeing with me. He's agreeing with stuff I wasn't even right on. Okay, so that was pretty good. Anyways, we got Cheryl Chumley coming on in about 5 minutes, and I think probably we should take another break. But why don't we do that and then call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Dear people who haven't had a Big Mac, who saw millions of people enjoying something and said, no thanks. We're not giving up on you, because today is a new day. A day for a burger that has a bun in the middle because it can. A day for a sauce so special they put it on there twice. A day for McDonald's most McDonald's burger. So go, because today's your day for a Big Mac.
Now available in 3 sizes, including the new Little Mac and Double Big Mac burgers at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Lavish Day Spa is the place to get rid of all your stress and worries. We are a full-service spa and salon. I myself specialize in deep tissue massages. My favorite client is my father, Dave Weinbaum. Call 364-0905 to set your relief from pain and strain. That number again is 364-0905. Lavish Day Spa.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel and Henry Company. Daniel and Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard and Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
At Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, we're here to help with the Chevy Cares program. Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months on all new 2019 and 2020 Chevy Silverado 1500s, plus no payment for 120 days with GM financing. Fairground Auto Plaza is there for you. Stop in today, or if you don't want to get out, that's not a problem. For Phelps County residents, we'll come to you. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza online or in person at 100 Fairgrounds Road. Chevy, find new roads.
Hi, I'm Pat Tackett, broker for VIP Properties with offices in Salem and Houston. We welcome you to stop by one of our offices and visit. If you have any questions regarding real estate with buying or selling, all agents with VIP Properties will be happy to help you with your interest. We have a wide selection of listings with residential, farms, commercial, recreational, even a few live water properties. In Houston, call 417-967-8888 or Salem 573-729-7622. Thanks and stop by.
You're listening to KKID, Salem, Raleigh, rocking the kid and Islands. Thanks for listening. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Colorado is revising its COVID deaths down by a whopping 20%. Now, it did this by clarifying who died from COVID as opposed to people who died with COVID. And now it looks like Washington State may be doing the same thing because an analysis by the Washington-based Freedom Foundation indicates that the state's COVID death toll may be inflated in Washington by as much as 13%. Here to explain is Max Nelson, Labor Policy Director at the Freedom Foundation. Max, here's how the governor responded when you asked him this.
Given the importance of metrics in your decision making, if one number is inaccurate, and it's a very prominent number in our reporting, are you not concerned it undermines the data and the confidence the public will have in your reliance on the data?
Well, I haven't seen this assertion. The problem is you got some people out there who are fanning these conspiracy claims from the planet Pluto.
Okay, well, we're back in town, and we're back on the air, and I've got a bunch of guests just walked in, and I've got a guest online, so I guess while I'm saying hello to my family here, why don't we play Cheryl Chumley's song? Cheryl, you got to sing along now.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Time after time. Come on, come on. One of these days. Are you at least lip syncing?
Can hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, special treat, editor of the Washington Times Online. She's an author, speaker. She occasionally goes on Fox News, Novak Journalism Fellow, and Media Goddess to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Let's hear it for Cheryl Chumley. Kind of feeble applause there. Yeah, now we got it. Okay, fine. Fine, there we go. All right, that's good. I don't know what happened. I think half of the stands fell down, and the other half was still applauding. But on their way down, they started clapping again. Who can know? Live audiences, right? Hey,
that's what I get for not singing.
I see. There you go. If you sing, they'll be in unison now, right, Steve? Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, what's now? I have to tell you, I own some Microsoft stock, and I have owned it for a long time. What's Microsoft up to these days?
Yeah, well, Google and Apple, right? They have that contact tracing app.
Yeah, what is that?
To be, that's basically the next step in COVID-19. And in order to get back to this new normal that the left likes to say America's headed down, you know, the world where face masks are normal and people have to stay 6 feet apart no matter where they are, this contact tracing as a way of tracking who has the coronavirus, who doesn't, and when those two paths cross is going to use technology, basically, on your smartphone. And it's something that American citizens need to beware because there are huge privacy and constitutional dings that go along with this technology.
You mean something could go wrong with this? I don't understand.
No. Yeah, trust the government, right? I mean, what could go wrong with the government tracking your every move? I don't know. It's for your own good. I guess that's what you're supposed to keep in mind.
You know, everybody is beginning to agree with you now on everything that you've been saying all along. And of course, we didn't hear that exactly when it was happening. But, okay, I'll go along with that. But,
so is this an optional app that you're supposed to download on your phone, this tracking system, or what?
It's called COVID Safe app or Safe COVID app. And it has debuted in Australia and in America. Right now it's voluntary, but the government has eyed it with great interest, and it's been made available to some states. And with the government pushing for contact tracing itself, this is going to be the next pushed endeavor to use technology to track citizens.
So just watch out. When you hear contact tracing, know that it's a phrase that's used cleverly to disguise and mean government surveillance.
Kind of like the little drones they got out flying around saying, your temperature is 101, please go home.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy where we're headed. And I know, Dave, you asked about Microsoft, and I jumped to this app.
That's all right.
But Microsoft at this point has just announced a new supercomputer that will create human-like artificial intelligence. And this has been the dream of like the mad AI scientists for years, to create technology that can act like humans. And so Microsoft has taken the lead on this, and they're really pushing hard. It's just the next step in technology to watch, because certain genies, when they get out of their bottles, you can't put them back, and this is one of them.
Yeah. So we're all becoming a science fiction movie. Don't you feel like that? I mean, the COVID. Who could have thought of this as a way to fight a war? You infect the enemy with COVID-19. You know. So are we acquiring mass debt because of fighting COVID-19, and how are we going to manage that if we are?
I don't know. I mean, yes, we are. We're taking on huge amounts of debt. I mean, trillions of dollars. It's meaningless now. Nancy Pelosi throwing out $3 trillion here. Republicans are just as bad. The administration, I'm sorry to say, is just as bad about, well, let's do another stimulus bill. Well, stimulus means taxpayer dollars. So look at what we're doing. We're not only bankrupting the current America, but we are laying the groundwork for the coming America, the emerging youth, to be bankrupted, because they're going to have to spend every penny they earn paying off the debt that we are incurring now. It's a cycle that can't last. And we're not even talking years down the road. We're talking weeks and months. We need to get people back to work so we can start paying down this debt and generating real revenues, not the fake printing that the federal government and Reserve like to do.
Well, keeping things open, churches are now going to open up with or without government permission. And what do you see happening there?
Well, I see the left and I see the media just hounding the churches for doing this. I see Democrats fighting it. But this is a good thing, because churches, right, are the foundation of America. The Judeo-Christian principles is what laid the groundwork for America. So churches never should have allowed themselves to be put in a position where they had to ask permission from government. They should have just operated as normal, and they should have taken that strong stand, because religious freedom isn't just for religious people. It's for all people. If you have the base groundwork of a country that where rights based on individual rights come from God, not government, that works even for the atheists. That works for all religions. So churches needed to take a strong stance from the beginning. They should have been out there in the parking lot taking videos of police approaching them and demanding to know how many people were in there. They should have been out on the forefront of the fight, writing up and contacting the media when the Democrats contacted them and demanded they close. They should have waged that public relations war so Americans could see for themselves on YouTube, online, these crazy things happening. And that's the way they should have gone. They may have gone down swinging, but at least it would have been a fight that would have been dramatic. It made a dramatic image in the minds of Americans around the nation watching as COVID-19 plays out.
Well, this is one of the reasons we have a country. As you were pointing out, this is one of the reasons we revolted, is to have the right to pray where we wanted to. Have you been shocked by how political and wrong Fauci, Birx, and other experts have been during and before the pandemic?
No, I haven't been.
See, I was actually shocked. I still am of the person that says respect the judge, respect the lawyer, respect the doctor. And I like to say that I'm not, but then again, I am sort of, and I still have to fight that.
Well, I guess I'm that obnoxious person that dares to believe I'm as good as the President of the United States, and that what I think is as important as anybody in positions of power or with several degrees next to their name.
Yeah.
I believe this country was founded by people of all walks, not just the educated scholars, but the farmers, the pastors and clergy, the people who would be considered less educated. And the Constitution, if you look at it, is a pretty easy, quick read. It doesn't take hours of training to learn how to read the Constitution and interpret it in terms of modern life. So I happen to believe that I'm quite capable of seeing, what the laws are supposed to be, and seeing how certain people come along and they threaten those freedoms. And I think scientists, like scholars, like climate change alarmists, like Democrat politicians, like socialists, they all have an agenda, whether they admit it or not. And it's up to us as free-loving Americans to look at what they're advocating for and use our own common sense and wisdom and experience to decide whether that fits with what America is supposed to be.
Well, I say that's my mantra is, listen to advice, put your conscience, and yet, when you go to your doctor, you should be listening to him or her, but then you got to take your own advice, get a second opinion, get a third opinion, and then make a decision. I think it's wrong to let them make a decision for you, and that's the same thing that happened here. The Rice email thing, it kind of throws Comey, Obama, the White House lawyer under the bus. Who do you predict gets indicted?
I don't know. It's certainly not going to be Obama. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Honestly, I see that this being played out in the media, perhaps being the topic of discussion for some congressional hearings, and then it being swallowed up in the elections coming in November.
So we're not going to hear any indictments coming out of John Durham. Is that correct?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
I've been, my eyes the last 2 to 3 months have been turned on the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So this has fallen under the radar a little, which honestly just makes it easier for the indictments to go away.
Well, go away or actually become affected, because everybody is like, that's what the Democrats are saying. We're all distracted by these other issues. We should be focused on the virus, which could have been said during the impeachment, right?
I just think they're going to go away, because I don't think Trump is going to want to make them an election issue. I think he has enough on his plate, and he's got to worry about the economy now, which just a few short months ago he didn't. So I don't think he's going to want to make that the election issue, because it's more divisive than it would be unifying in America.
So who is Saul Alinsky? Who are his radicals, and how do we defeat Saul Alinsky, and why should we?
Yeah, well, Saul Alinsky was, he wrote that great Rules for Radical book that the Democrats love to use as their playbook now, and it's basically a way of infiltrating America and upsetting the Constitution with communist collectivist values. Saul Alinsky was brilliant, I guess, in an evil genius type of way of looking at the state of existing politics instead of and fighting to bring communism into it, instead of looking at politics as they wanted it to be and then going from there. So he has like this primer that Democrats use to fight for far leftist ideologies. And there was a guy I interviewed who actually wrote the book on fighting Saul Alinsky, and he lays out in his book all the ways that patriotic Americans can fight back against these Saul Alinsky tactics that the left so loves to use nowadays.
Yep. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, Cheryl, where can people find you?
On Twitter at CK Chumley at the Washington Times, or on my website, CherylChumley.com.
Hey, Cheryl, how come doctors can be sued, but Congress can't?
Why is that?
Well, because Congress controls the sewers. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Chumley. Hey, thank you so much for being the media goddess on the Dave Weinbaum Show. Someday I want to be half as smart as you. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great holiday weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All
right. We have a caller?
Well, you know what? I couldn't really quite understand him. So it kind of sounded like the Sicilian, but he was asking something that I didn't really think it was.
So you forgot about it?
Appropriate. Well,
you
no,
I
hung up on the guy because he was asking I'll have to tell you off the air. I'm not allowed to say that word on the air.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
One of those.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Unless I was misunderstanding him.
Well, you know what
the name he was using started with the same letter as yours. It only ended with the K. We'll go on.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think I heard the phone ring, and I'm not sure who it was, but it could have been this guy. So how about we play number 5 if we can?
Number 5. Yeah. Here we go. Take 2, Dave. Hold on a minute.
All right.
Here. Settle down. Let's see. Where are we at? Well, I can't even find where I'm at. Okay. That one got me a little put off there, Dave.
It was actually in order.
Right. No. I'm talking about the guy on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I would never say in your case that you're fired, so I'll just say you're hired.
Hello? Was it that guy? It wasn't that guy, was it?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No. Wasn't
all right, well, I'm
him.
just curious.
Yeah.
He always does that. It's my first anniversary, Mr. President. Yes, there's time. There's a time to celebrate this. With me, you're offering me a job. How about it, huh?
What do you want to be?
Yeah, you too.
What do you want to be?
What do I want to be?
What kind of job do you want?
I want to. I don't know. I like the new press secretary. I want to be able to be a.
Do you want to be her?
A writer for her.
A writer for her.
Writer for her.
There you go.
Because I think I can help her.
There you go.
Okay, or
I
the
could
president.
see that.
Or the president, whichever.
I don't know. She's pretty cute. I don't know.
She's pretty cute.
I don't know if you can be working side by side with her.
Why not?
I might have.
I work side by side with you. You're cute.
Well, thank
you. That was a good answer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
see,
you
saved
yourself.
Brownie point.
I pulled that one out of the
Brownie point.
We're going to take a break on that. Okay, call the show. 573-364. That's why I only do one show a week. 4433. Get it off your chest.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within a 1-hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Reality check number 29. Moving your checking account shouldn't feel harder than moving to another state. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know switching banks can be a pain, so we invented the Easy Switch Kit. If you move your account to Town & Country, we'll do all the work for you. Set up your automatic deposits and withdrawals, and even help close your old account. How easy is that? Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
Your loved one may have lived an amazing life, inspiring family, friends, and everyone he or she met. And now you're wondering, how do we celebrate this amazing life? This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Whether funeral wishes have already been planned in advance or the arrangements are left up to the family, the professional staff at Null & Son will guide you through this difficult time. When you have questions, call or stop by Null & Son Funeral Home.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
The past 2 months of quarantine have given people the idea that the way for humans to win our 1,000,000-year war with microbes is to avoid them completely. And I'm here to tell you, you can't. The key to beating COVID isn't dining through glass or never going to a concert or a ball game again. It's your immune system. You hear people say COVID-19 is a new virus, so the immune system doesn't know how to handle it. Well, of course it does. That's why the vast majority of people who've had it either recovered or didn't even know they had it. What do you think did that? The human immune system. Now, there are people with immune systems that can't do the job, and we should make it a priority to protect those people. But compulsively washing, being scared of your own hands, that can't become the new normal.
All right, that was, believe it or not, Bill Mayer, big liberal. And even he's coming out with that. Even he's coming out with, we got to stop this insaneness. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Brian. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You know my name, and you know where I'm calling from.
No, I don't.
No, that's true.
I know your name.
Here's the thing with, I heard your one of the last callers talking about the tracing and contact tracing and tracking people around. And they think as long as they don't get this app on their phone that they'll be okay. That is only partially true, because every smartphone has a GPS chip built into it, and it has a network connection anytime you have service. So it is possible for the government to, or anyone who has the sufficient knowledge in the computer end of things there, they can go in and turn on and read your GPS chip remotely without you probably even ever knowing it. Okay. Now, that would take a sort of hacking, but who says the government wouldn't do that?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Well, the government could authorize, if they want to spy on somebody, would go hack his phone and keep every trace that every place he goes.
And it could be done en masse to everyone in the entire country if they wanted. It's a tiny, tiny bit of information that could even be transferred during the time the phone is ringing, even before you begin talking.
Well, okay. That's why there has to be laws. It's too easy to do. It's too easy to get a corrupt federal official. We see that right now in the unmasking and the phony dossier that was approved 4 separate times by a FISA judge without the proper protocols. We see the leaking that goes on these wired calls, which is a 10-year punishable felony with a lot of property damages going to the government as well. So, we know that's going to happen.
I've got another thing
we just can't make it legal.
No, it doesn't make it legal, and us American citizens need to treasure our safeguards that are in place to prevent that. Another thing we need to remember here, I hear all this talk about how Obama's not going to get actually prosecuted because it sets a bad precedent. I agree it's a bad precedent, and maybe we shouldn't go there. I'm not so sure. But even if we don't want to prosecute him, we could expose him completely and turn back all of his legislation, set up a committee review the things, every act he ever did during his time in the White House. And
I think that's why he's gone after Trump, because Trump has pretty much done that. He's reversed just about everything he's done.
The big stuff, but I bet there is a ton of little bitty things, little laws added here, little laws added there, and go back through and clean it out. Okay, and to where he becomes the most repealed president ever.
I think you have a point. I remember reading the first edition of the Obamacare deal that was huge. And in it, in two places, I found a special militia to be run by the President of the United States of America, another armed militia. But this was a government-run, a presidential-run militia. And I think they were planning to overthrow the government back then. And then all of a sudden, I looked for it again, it disappeared. Very interesting.
Well, okay, it may have disappeared, but I think maybe too much attention was drawn to it, and now they've changed their tactic, and instead of a militia, they're using the deep state to try to do stuff. We need to root out this corruption, get off our butts, educate ourselves on what's going on, stop watching so stinking much TV, and do something meaningful. Get off our butt, do some research, figure out who's truly the problem here, and then we need to vote these dogs out of office.
And you know what? You know what the first step in doing that is?
What?
Calling the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Well, I just did.
I got more plugs than Joe Biden today. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, I appreciate that.
Joe Biden's a puppet. I would say his VP will be running the show a month after he's elected because he is totally incompetent, and everyone knows it.
Yeah. Well, that's that big if, and let's hope that don't happen.
You got that right.
Okay, Brian, my man. Got an interview coming up in about 2 minutes, and appreciate the call, as always, from wherever you're from now, maybe Alaska for all we know. Communist China, could be Wuhan. Okay, thank you, Brian. You have a great Memorial Day weekend, okay?
See you later. Thanks,
all right, see you.
Kind of funny, we hit on, we actually know your GPS, and then that call comes through right there.
Yeah, how about that? Things sort of match up on this show today, don't you think? People are setting themselves up, and speaking of which, here's something that's a new kind of way of doing things. They got the AI, but here's a way to get dogs actually to talk English or whatever language, I guess. So if you hit that thing there, that would help people realize what's going on, even with dogs.
We will do what has never been done: scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow is up 2,700 points since he was elected. What's not to like?
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. Can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
We like to play ball on this station, I mean, we like to play ball, don't we? Come on. Yeah.
Because it's safe at home.
Safe, that's right. That's
maybe in your home.
Huh?
Maybe in your home.
Ooh. What?
Are you just saying on Dave's account?
Well, yeah.
Okay. In other words,
Dave, would you feel safe at home with him?
Oh, I
stop that!
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, stop that!
On Dave's account,
not
he
that
doesn't.
There's anything wrong with
Dave,
it. He's not. I don't think he's like that. Anyways,
don't feel safe.
No.
Don't feel safe at home, is what she's saying.
Well, I know. How do I feel safe? I married a German woman. She's trying to get me to build her a house, and I wake up in the middle of the night and she's staring at me, like staring.
I can't
into
sleep.
my eyes.
I can't sleep.
That's right. I can't sleep.
There you go.
Your snoring has a lot to do with that.
Anyway, here's something that's petty before Laura Loomer calls. Hydroxychloroquine. I've been practicing that for a day. I still screwed it up. A drug that saves lives is 70 years old and is safe. It's FDA approved. But it's banned by some doctors and governors. And, here people are refused it, can't get it, CVS won't allow it. And why? Why do you think, Steve?
Because it can help cure the virus?
No, because there are other drugs they're looking at that can be made money from. Much more money than this hydroxychloroquine, because that's already been done.
Okay.
So the other one is another one they want is I don't know what the name of it is, but it's huge because it's going to make money.
So now,
it's about money.
And so are they charging for these tests to see if you have it? I mean, a buddy of mine told me he had his son went and got a few tests and it was $1,500 and it included the COVID.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Wow.
All right.
Well, hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What a shocker. I think it's this person's birthday. Is that wrong?
Yes. No, it is. Thank you. Yes,
Well, come on, everybody. Let's sing. Come on.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'll sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Everybody, happy. Come on, Branson. Happy birthday, dear Luminator. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Laura. There you go. You got applause. You got everything else. And while we're doing that, why don't we play your song?
All right. Let's play this song.
Ladies and gentlemen, conservative reporter turned congressional candidate in Florida's 21st district, the most banned and arguably the bravest woman in history. Please welcome Laura, the Luminator Loomer. There you go. Oh yeah, we got the stands built back up, and here they are. Hi, Laura. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Now, are you still going to be the youngest congresswoman ever elected?
Yes, I will be. I'll
Okay.
be 27 when I win.
All right. Well, that's great. Hey, recent elections in California and Wisconsin have been Republican victories, yet polls have the president down against Biden by about 8 or 9 points. Does this remind you of 2016?
Look, I don't believe any of these polls that are coming out. I was in the room on election night when President Trump beat Hillary Clinton at President Trump's, VIP party in New York City. And, 2 hours before Pennsylvania was called and President Trump won the election, the mainstream media was saying that Hillary Clinton had a 95% chance of winning in a landslide, according to their polls.
Yeah.
So I don't trust any of these polls that are coming out, and I wouldn't encourage anybody else to look at them either.
So let me ask you this. Biden's hiding in his basement, and he's got obviously has some mental issues, old age or whatever, dementia maybe. I don't know what it is. But he doesn't. He's not really campaigning. He's doing these virtual campaigning. The president is beginning now to get out more. He's not under the thumb of the pandemic right this moment. Things seems to be working. Things are opening up. So let me ask you, who's really enthusiastic about having Biden be their president, number one? And number two, what part does enthusiasm have in elections?
Well, I don't think that there really is any enthusiasm behind Joe Biden. It's interesting that you say that, because yesterday the Democrat Socialists of America, the DSA, these open communists who support candidates like AOC, they came out with a statement saying that they are not going to be getting behind Joe Biden for president. And so while you have these people who are traditionally supporters of Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders said that he would come out and support Joe Biden, Joe Biden is not getting the warm welcome or the reception from Bernie Sanders' base. And so I don't see how the Democrats can run a candidate like Joe Biden. There seems to be more enthusiasm behind Bernie Sanders, but of course, the Democrats, I believe, took the nomination away from Bernie, just like they did in 2016. But even today, Joe Biden is making headlines for another gaffe, saying that if you don't vote for Joe Biden and you vote for Trump and you're black, then you ain't black. So combine that with this phone call that was just exposed the other day, where he was, pressuring the Ukrainians to drop an investigation into his son, and he has these very credible allegations of sexual assault and rape against him, and his very clear and obvious declining mental state. I don't think he's going to be the nominee. I've said from the very beginning I never thought Joe Biden was going to be the nominee.
Joe is he's still he's still being pressured to pick a woman of color. Now, too bad for you it wasn't a Jewish woman. Does he pick your old buddy Stacey Abrams, do you think?
Well, I hope not. But, you do see this last weekend, the Democrats were talking about all these glowing profile pieces that were published in support of Stacey Abrams. I think it was the Washington Post, right, that photographed her and said she was a supermodel, even though, she clearly is
Stacey Abrams was a supermodel. Did I hear that right?
Any type of model, whether it be role model or a physical model in that sense. And then, ironically, you have Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats calling President Trump morbidly obese, while at the same time they're parading around Stacey Abrams as a supermodel. So it's clear that they're living in some type of alternative universe. But,
wow.
I had my own run-ins with Stacey Abrams when I was investigating.
Yeah, I want to hear about
Georgia.
that.
I hope she doesn't become their VP pick, because this is a woman who's an open jihadist supporter. She is a Jew hater, refused to condemn anti-Semitism when I asked her on camera. There was also a scandal in Georgia because I believe she was caught burning a flag. So why would anybody want to have a vice presidential candidate who burned an American flag?
Good question. Hey, de Blasio, back to New York, de Blasio closes New York City beaches and tells his constituents to go to Long Island's beach. What's going on up there?
Well, de Blasio is an absentee mayor, okay? I mean, look what's happening in New York. Every single week, it seems that de Blasio is, he can't help but piss everybody off, and even Democrats are starting to, get fed up with de Blasio. I couldn't believe what he tweeted 2 weeks ago against the Jewish community, and then I guess he doubled down. Most people would have shown some form of remorse, and they would have tried to take back their comments. But just a few days ago, you see de Blasio again tweeting about shutting down yeshivas.
What's a yeshiva? I don't have not everybody here is Jewish. What's a yeshiva?
Well, a Jewish school. So.
Right.
So de Blasio, for the last several months of lockdown and quarantine, while New York is comprised of people of all types of backgrounds and faiths, he has gone out of his way to single out the Jewish community and to make threats against the Jewish community, threats of arrest, and is now targeting Jewish schools, shutting down Jewish schools, threatening to shut down Jewish schools amid the coronavirus. And we're seeing a disaster. We're seeing a disaster in New York, whether it be Bill de Blasio or Governor Cuomo. They constantly like to project accusations of failed leadership onto President Trump.
Yeah.
But look at the scandal that's brewing that the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about now, where you have Cuomo sending infected coronavirus patients into senior homes, retirement homes. So a lot of people believe that Cuomo should be charged for murder.
Well, he's being sued right now by Tracy Belmonte.
I don't know him.
Her. Yeah, it's a her. It's she's.
Her.
I know. DeAnna knows her. Anyhow, but she's suing him because that's what happened to her dad. They shipped a bunch of people into. I guess he was in a nursing home, or they put him in. They put these people in the hospital or something. I don't know, but they connected him with a bunch of COVID patients and didn't contact the family about this, and dead within a couple weeks. Anyhow, I want to play something for you right now. It's your governor. Hit it, please.
A lot of people in your profession who waxed poetically for weeks and weeks about how Florida was going to be just like New York. Not only do we have a lower death rate, well, we have way lower deaths generally, we have a lower death rate than the Acela Corridor. We've succeeded, and I think that people just don't want to recognize it because it challenges their narrative, it challenges their assumption, so they got to try to find a boogeyman.
What's your reaction to your governor?
Look, I agree. Governor DeSantis is doing a great job. He's setting the model example for other governors across the nation to replicate in their reopening processes. Phase 1 just began this last week, and he's entirely correct to call out the mainstream media. Florida was pressured, and Governor DeSantis was pressured and bullied by the left and by the media months ago. They said that Florida was going to turn into Italy, and that thousands and thousands, upwards to hundreds of thousands of people, they said, were going to get infected and die in Florida, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and so all of the accusations that the media and the Democrats made in their effort to get Florida shut down, along with states like New York, it's just not true. More lies from the fake news media. And they don't want to report on the fact that Governor DeSantis is having a very successful reopening process because, just as he said, it goes against their narrative.
Yeah.
They don't want places like Florida, which is a critical swing state in an election year, to reopen, because the Democrats are really enjoying coronavirus, in my opinion. They are taking advantage.
Absolutely.
These Democrat elected officials are enjoying the lockdowns and the quarantines because it allows them to take advantage of people being inside. It's a form of voter suppression, really, when you think of it, because people are not able to be out and about publicly participating in the election process. You don't have Trump rallies, okay? President Trump was planning on having massive rallies here in Florida. I would know. I'm running for Congress here.
Right.
And so you see they're doing the same thing in Nevada right now. And now there's reports of all of these absentee ballots just popping up in parking lots and apartment complexes, and they're just piling up. And if people are locked inside, no one's going to notice. Right?
Well,
no one's going to notice.
Steve's got a question for
you. We wanted to ask you about this whole mail-in voting, deal they're trying to push through and stuff like that. I mean,
what do you know about that?
Well, look, mail-in voting. If people are going to commit voter fraud, the best way to do it is via mail-in ballots, right? And that is why President Trump and a lot of Republicans, including myself, have been speaking out about mass vote by mail. And you see how even the Democrats, with their $3 trillion so-called stimulus package that they just passed in the House last week, this HEROES Act, it has nothing to do with coronavirus. They want to say that this is some type of relief bill, some type of stimulus package for first responders and Americans who have been financially maligned by the Chinese virus, but they want to include measures in this act to nationalize mail-in ballots, okay, They want to have proxy voting. They want to give stimulus checks to illegal aliens. So I don't understand how that really supports that. How does that support? How does nationalizing mail-in voting and sending out absentee ballots to every American and giving illegal aliens stimulus checks in an election year, and allowing for Congress to have a virtual Congress till 2021, how exactly does that help ensure, secure, honest elections? You're just not. They want there to be so much chaos and so much disruption and so much confusion that people just get worn out and don't even go to the polls. And then the people who do send in their ballots. And every time there's an election year, when you have mail-in ballots, okay, there's always reports of ballots getting ripped up, thrown away, people voting twice, illegal aliens.
And
voting
you are a number one expert in this, having reported on them and shown these envelopes, these phony votes in an airport in a car in Fort Lauderdale, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and that was in 2018. And we found I broke this massive story about ballots found in the back of a rental car at the Avis rental car location at the Fort Lauderdale airport. Yeah. And this is happening, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because Broward County officials, there's a story that just went viral over the last week or so that showed this memo that came out in which Broward County Democrats were talking about, forcing people into quarantine and, making them stay in quarantine if they weren't, even if they hadn't tested positive for coronavirus, right? So forcing people to be locked up regardless of whether or not they have coronavirus.
There you go.
And, of course, this is, I'm not surprised to see this taking place in Broward County, which is a cesspool for voter fraud and also just Democrat corruption in general. But it's no coincidence that these forced quarantines and extended lockdowns are being pushed in an election year, okay? If nobody is out and about, if nobody is walking, if everybody is scared to contact or touch other people, nobody is going to be thinking about ballots, right? Nobody's going to be looking or noticing ballots in the back of rental cars or ballots scattered all throughout apartment complexes in the mailroom. They're just not going to notice.
Exactly. Nobody's going to be out to catch it.
Locked inside their homes.
Right. All right, Laura, we're going to have to put a cap on this. This is great talk, but where can people find and support you on your 27th birthday?
Yeah, so it's my 27th birthday. You can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com, LauraLoomerForCongress.com, and that's where you can make a donation. And my campaign is trying to find 270 supporters by this evening to donate $27 to my campaign. $27 for my 27th birthday.
So there you go. That's very
cool.
Cool.
Every dollar helps in flipping this seat, and we're going to do it.
Hey,
165 days till Election Day.
Here's something I don't know. I don't think you knew this, but out of the archives, Biden to Obama, he told him, I went to a petting zoo today. Obama, that wasn't a petting zoo. That was an elementary school, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura the Illuminator Loomer. Thank you. Happy birthday. Shabbat Shalom.
I would laugh if it wasn't true.
Yeah, there you go.
It's sad.
Thank you, Laura. You have a great weekend. Okay.
You too.
Wow. That was a pretty good interview. What do you think?
Yeah, that was great.
I told you
she's fired up.
She's sharp and she's fired up, and hopefully she wins this thing. So I think I'm feeling. What am I feeling? Oh, I think about George Carlin right now. That's what I'm thinking about.
I never get infections. I don't get them. I don't get colds. I don't get flu. I don't get headaches. I don't get upset stomachs. And you know why? Because I got a good, strong immune system, and it gets a lot of practice. My immune system is equipped with the biological equivalent of fully automatic military assault rifles with night vision and laser scopes. And we have recently acquired phosphorus grenades, cluster bombs, and anti-personnel fragmentation mines. So, when my white blood cells are on patrol reconnoitering my bloodstream, seeking out strangers and other undesirables, if they see any suspicious-looking germs of any kind, they don't around. They whip out the weapons, they wax them up, and deposit the unlucky fellow directly into my colon. There's no nonsense. There's no Miranda warning. There's none of that 3 strikes and you're out. First defense, bam, into the colon you go.
Okay, now you got another liberal. And this is way back, I believe, in the early 2000s, late 90s, George Carlin. Another big liberal. And now you got Bill Mayer saying, open the place up for God's sakes. And stop with all this ridiculous stuff about the hands and all this other stuff. And now we're finding out that the surface stuff is okay. I mean, we've been fed a lot of BS. Now, some of it, I guess, is accidental, but some of it is money-driven. And we've got to take the country back. It's not just reopening in America anymore. We have to take our civil rights, our constitutional rights back. And we're going to take a break right now. We're going to be right back. And we're going to have DeAnna Lorraine on the show, and we'll see what she's up to. I thought she was working at Newsmax, but I'm not sure anymore. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Let me ask you something, partner. What are you doing for lunch? Surely you can do better than one of those fast food places or something that comes out of a brown bag. Come on over to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Lunch can be fun, tasty, affordable, and quick. Colton's has a special lunch menu. Steak, chicken, seafood, salad, sandwiches, and our Montana burger. Plus at lunch you get Colton's famous homemade yeast rolls. Now you got lunch plans at Colton's, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Price Chopper and Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper and Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Your loved one may have lived an amazing life, inspiring family, friends, and everyone he or she met. And now you're wondering, how do we celebrate this amazing life? This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Whether funeral wishes have already been planned in advance or the arrangements are left up to the family, the professional staff at Null & Son will guide you through this difficult time. When you have questions, call or stop by Null & Son Funeral Home.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right?
Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit A1TechofRolla.com.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
She was asked by a good journalist, Judy Woodruff, about this email, and about the unmasking of Michael Flynn, not the email, but the unmasking. She was asked specifically about Nunes's claim, specifically. So let me clarify, it was Nunes's claim. And she said, I know nothing about this, so it was a lie. And then Susan Rice, since no one brought it up to me, I will bring it up to you. Her attorney said that this was the first opportunity 3 weeks after this Oval Office meeting that she had to write this email memorializing her Oval Office meeting with Barack Obama discussing Michael Flynn. It was her first opportunity, she said. Interesting, because she had an opportunity in those 3 weeks on January 10th to do a passing of the baton event with none other than Michael Flynn, where she praised him, wished him success, and talked about the great transition into the White House. And then on January 12th, she was able to participate in a story that published on that date in the lifestyle section of the Washington Post. So she never had time to write this email until Inauguration Day as she's rushing out the door.
The new star of the Trump administration, Kayleigh McEnany, the new press secretary. I'm trying to trade comments with. Oh, wait a minute. Oh man, no, that's fine. Did you want that one or?
Well, no, that I actually was swiftling. I don't know how that would have happened. So we're good.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna throw something on me that was a surprise, but that's okay sometimes. I don't mind. In 5 minutes now, or 4 minutes, we were supposed to have DeAnna Lorraine. Let's see how that works. She had to cancel last week, and so we're going to hopefully get her back. Now I'm talking to Elad Hakim over what I want from him today, and he wants to know now what we're talking about. Well, it's going to be legal matters if you're listening, Elad, and I want you to treat me like I'm dirt. That's basically what I'm saying. All right.
What about me?
Sort of like what I get treated like at home. Wait, no, that's not
that's
true.
my job.
I was wondering where the footprints on your back came from, Dave.
That's a special kind of a massage.
They're right next to the scratch.
It's the German massage. She's doing the march. The German march. Up, down, up, down. Okay, whatever.
Scratching.
What's scratching?
You like the scratching.
I do like it when you scratch my back. Except what she does is she has pointy nails. So she shreds
nails.
Me. People look at my back and say, "Did somebody whip you?"
Make sure.
How many lashes did you get? And what did you do?
Done so they don't find the incriminating evidence.
Will you
under
stop
your
that
fingernails.
DNA?
What is that? You giving her advice?
Get rid of the DNA.
Oh my God, this is not going well. So, let's get back to what we're
right.
Let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing, and it's supposed to be
do it.
Talking to folks about what the hell's going on in this country. All right, so we still have General Flynn. Yes, I will be talking about that, Elad, of course, and I think we need to impeach this judge, and we're going to hear about that later. We need to jail Obama. I agree. Nobody's above the law. Didn't they all say that? Didn't Obama say that? Nobody's above the law. And they are a scandal-free administration. Oh, I beg to differ. We need to free General Flynn, impeach Emmett Sullivan. We need to jail Obama, Biden, Rice, Comey, Hillary, Lynch, and others involved in this coup. Amazing how this is actually played out. And what about Mueller? What a fraud he is. Okay, him and Strzok and Weissman and all these little peons, they need to go too. Mueller had no reason to do what he did. He's part of the coup too. And I've said that before. I know, oh no, Mueller was an honest guy. They used to say that about Comey. Oh, no, Comey is an honest guy. Wretchedly corrupt, nastily corrupt. They tried to overthrow the president of this country. Whether you like Trump or not is irrelevant. Nobody did that to any other liberal president. Well, they kind of might have. You could have said that, well, they impeached Clinton. And you know what? You could argue that. But it didn't work, did it? And I addressed Newt Gingrich on that once, and because he told me we should impeach a judge. And I said, well, how did that work out with Clinton? And he sort of looked at me and said, yeah, I know. So anyways, I think the idiots and the ideologues have now become mass murderers. That Cuomo sponsored these millions of babies' deaths, and he's still giving us lectures. He's still making jokes with his brother, the other Cuomo. He's Andy, the other one, Chris, on CNN, and they're making jokes about how big his nose is and stuff like that. Meanwhile, he's killed 5,700 seniors recently, and he's getting sued by Tracy Belmonte. The Dems just want to impeach, like girls just want to have fun. Well, the Dems just want to impeach. And they were going to do it by releasing the grand jury testimony that Mueller used, which is illegal, by the way, so the Supreme Court stopped them. So I don't know what they're going to come up with next week. Maybe it's because he's obese, according to Nancy Pelosi. Can you get impeached for being ugly? Because where are you going, Nancy? How about plastic surgery? All right, so here we go. I think I know who this is, but we'll find out, won't we? All right, is this DeAnna?
Yes, it is.
And you're on time, too. All right, we're going to play your song. Hit it.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
I wanted this back for you because I like this for you.
Catch me a catch.
Is that all right?
Matchmaker,
Okay.
matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Everybody.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me,
Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is passionate about making California and the USA great again. She is a star of TV, radio, and blogs, author, speaker. Please welcome the woman that tried to take down Nancy Pelosi and may still yet, DeAnna, Lorraine. How you doing, DeAnna?
I'm good.
So are you with Newsmax now?
I am doing Newsmax, yes, a couple times a week. Have you guys seen me?
No. I have not seen you. I looked it up. I looked up your Twitter thing. I didn't see anything about it. Maybe I was looking in the wrong place. Huh? We need more volume on her. Can you speak louder? Or?
I'm speaking pretty loud.
Okay.
Right into the phone.
All right, we got it up to as much as we can. Okay. So what's the deal with the Newsweek or Newsmax?
Is this any better?
Yes, that's much better.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just off the speaker then. I'll be doing Newsmax a couple times a week as far as it goes right now.
Okay. And
as a contributor.
So when do I come on?
As soon as Sebastian Gorka gives his permission.
Uh-oh.
Is that Sebastian Gorka? Oh, do I want to be on that show?
I won't be on with that Sebastian Gorka. However,
ask him. Let me know what he says.
He's
That
retweeted
idiot.
me a couple times in the last week.
He's what?
I would like to know. He's retweeted me a couple times in the last week.
Who's that?
Sebastian Gorka.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Donald Trump. With Sebastian Gorka. Tell him Dave Weinbaum says hi, would you? Make sure you tell him.
I will.
Say, who?
I message with him sometimes on PS, so I will tell him.
Okay, yeah, all right. You might not want to tell him you go on my show, though. So, does he own Newsmax?
No.
No?
I don't even know what he's got nothing to do with Newsmax as far as I know.
All right. Well, congratulations once again on your new gig.
Awesome.
And
yeah.
Are you doing this? Are you still living in South California?
I am, and
Yeah.
I'm almost finished with my book as well. So my book will be out. This will now be my second book, and it will be out by July 1st.
So I heard that the governor down there has put a
Governor Gruesome.
Well, what's the deal with down in the L.A.? They're wanting to put the stay-at-home order in effect until the end of August.
Yes, that's what they said. They said till August 31st. Although there's no scientific data to back it up.
Right.
There's nothing. I mean, people are healthy. I mean, there's really nothing that warrants that. And then they said that we're going to be stuck in this phase 2 until we have this contact tracing all complete. That's very scary. I hope nobody is for this contact tracing.
We were just talking to Cheryl Chumley about that.
Wow. It's really scary. I mean, it means that they could just have carte blanche to go into your home, call you on the phone, chat with you, follow up every single day, and get all of your contacts. And they could just decide, hey, you need to be quarantined and isolated for 2 weeks, and they'll take you away from your home and your family, take you away from work for 2 weeks in some home. I don't even know what home this is.
Well,
they've
closed down Walmarts and turned them into concentration camps. And
That's what I heard,
There's
too.
little black trains.
Are
Yeah,
you serious?
they've already got the train
Wow.
tracks laid to take you right on in and quarantine you into
Right? It sounds like it.
And you wonder why so many Jews are going to Israel?
Escape from
My God.
New York will be reality.
This is all too familiar. And most of Hollywood is Jewish, for goodness sakes.
Most of Hollywood is Jewish, and most of these people in America are just like sheep. They're just gladly,
Yep.
they're
Well,
fine
that's
going
exactly
along with
right.
it, being led to slaughter.
Yeah.
And they're saying, yes, we're going to really remove you from your home, and and it's for your safety. Oh, it's for your health. And people are like, oh, okay, well, if it's for my safety, and they just go along with it. No one's really speaking up about it except for outspoken patriots.
Oh, by the way,
we're like doing all the work for people.
we won't tell you we're going to handcuff you on the way there, too.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
I mean, come on.
But that's for
No,
protection.
No, it's a shower. What are you
Yeah,
crazy?
exactly.
Wait a minute, it's a shower.
It's a shower.
What are you crazy? What do you think we got in there? Gas? You out of your mind? Gee, that's
And they don't
amazing.
even realize it until the shower is turned on.
Well, that's right.
Right? These are the liberals. These are the liberals that are carrying the water for this agenda.
Yeah.
And, they
Well,
won't
how is
realize
that
it
working out
until
with all
too
the
late.
other Democrats down there, for goodness sakes? A lot of people work. Democrats aren't all rich. A lot of them work.
Yeah.
A lot of them like America, although they have their problems with it. What are they thinking? Do you know?
Well, there's a lot of Democrats and independents that are turning a corner, and they're saying, okay, you know what? This, as much as I love Gavin Newsom, as much as I love being a Democrat, this is not good. This is not fair. This is not right to infringe on our freedoms. Because a business owner, there's business owners that are Democrats, and there's business owners that are Republicans. There are restaurant owners that are Democrats and Republicans. So we're luckily seeing a lot of people that are seeing how tyrannical these actions are. So I'm hoping that this can be a uniting issue. But a lot of times, the same thing happens, and then by the time November comes around, they have amnesia, and they will still vote Democrat because they apparently are masochists and they like being lied to and humiliated every time over and over again. It seems like I've met a child. I mean, it seems like a clam or a child has a faster learning curve than a liberal. They get lied to over and over again, tricked over and over again, and yet they still vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Can you make sense of that?
No,
of course not. Hey, but we're I don't know what I don't know if it's an intelligence thing. I think it's just so emotional they can't see the facts for what they are.
Yeah, I think it's a different part of the brain.
They hate Donald Trump so much because he comes from a business background, basically. If it was Donald Trump, the politician who has been in this stuff, and he was kind of a politician, he was giving money to all the liberals, for God's sakes, and some Republicans like Romney. So they never had a problem with them then, but now all of a sudden he's gone to the dark side, the Republicans, and he's done well, and they can't handle it.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's out of the club, he's not following the establishment.
He didn't fall into the coup.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
he didn't.
And it's
Right.
saying
He didn't give up. He did not give up. He didn't lay down for him.
He did not go to Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island. Because they have no blackmail on him.
Blackmail on who?
On Trump. Most presidents and most people in Congress and government, they have blackmail on them. You know, there's something that they're compromised. So they kind of have to be controlled. They have to do what other people want them to do because there's blackmail.
But they don't have blackmail on Trump. They are blackmailed because of Trump, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And that's why they hate him so much, because they want he can't be controlled.
Yeah,
he can't
exactly.
be bought. He can't be blackmailed.
Which makes you wonder, what the hell's wrong with George Bush? What do they got on him, for goodness sakes? What a suck-up.
I think a lot of these people were what we thought they were is what we're finding out.
Hey, we both know Tracy Belmonte, right? You know Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
And she is suing Governor Cuomo and I believe the state of New York for wrongful death of her father. Who was demanded that he share a room with an infective senior. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, the idiocracy and intentional destruction is beyond me. I posted about this yesterday. How do you say, and this wasn't just Cuomo, there were other governors too. This was like a script they're following. How do you say we're all supposed to be in lockdown and isolated socially because we can't, we're too risky to spread the virus? And how do you say that we couldn't even visit nursing homes? We can't have any visitors in a nursing home because that's too risky. But yet, you allow people who test positive for COVID to actually move into nursing homes. I mean, not just a visit for an hour, but moving into them. That makes no sense. And then when they say, when they're finally caught, because there's obviously an outbreak, in these nursing homes, because that's inevitable when you have COVID positive patients in a nursing home, then they just kind of shrug it off and say, oh, well, these are people that would have died anyways.
Well, that's my point. Is this intentional?
The whole pandemic. Well, first of all, then the whole pandemic is a scam, essentially. I mean, you're saying that none of us have to be quarantined and isolated and have to take these extreme measures of crashing our economy and locking everything down if, quote-unquote, people are going to die anyways with pre-existing conditions, coexisting conditions, or being old.
Exactly.
So it's one or the other. Or they weren't going to die anyways. But, yes, I think that this was intentional. I think this is a nefarious because they wanted to get their death toll numbers up. And where's the first place they can think of to get those death toll numbers up? Nursing homes, because they're the most vulnerable, they're old, and they could be very effective.
Why is this a financial benefit to them?
Yeah, because apparently every person that dies, they get of COVID, they get $20,000. Wow. Every person that goes on a ventilator, they get $39,000, and they get money for their state. Right? They get money for their state if it's if it's in crisis.
Not to say they don't have to.
Of course, then if they jack the numbers up, then they can continue to impose these totalitarian surveillance systems and measures and continue to blame Trump and crash the economy and keep us locked down. It's a great win for them. It's a win-win-win for Democrats. It's a lose-lose-lose for us and the rest of the country.
How much damage has Fauci, Birch, and the other expert scientists and doctors done to the United States of America?
Unbelievable damage have they caused. I mean, I think, and of course, the amount of medical malpractice that has been happening now, intentional medical malpractice, is sickening. It's unbelievable. We have people who call themselves doctors and healthcare workers and scientists going on with a straight face, going on the news and saying that hydroxychloroquine will kill you and it's harmful to you. Yeah. And we know that's not true. And we have the MSM parroting these talking points. Hydroxychloroquine is harmful. Don't take it. It's terrible. And we know that's not true. We also know that ventilators are not the appropriate measure for someone with COVID. We know that these other drugs are not the appropriate measure. Hydroxychloroquine, when you catch it pretty early, all the way up until the very late term, is the best treatment. And they're allowing thousands of people to die because they simply want to spite Trump, and they don't want people to live. They want to get these death numbers up so they could have an excuse to keep the economy down and the country crash.
Well, Isn't
that just sick?
We're talking about we're talking about genocidal murder.
I really believe it is. Do you think it is? I don't want to be the
I don't know. It sounded like it more and more.
You know,
sounding like it more and more.
Right, and like I said, you know, you mentioned all the money they're going to get from the stimulus checks and stuff like that for the deaths. Just think about what it's doing to the Social Security and the Medicaid.
Yeah.
You know, that they don't have to pay out.
And the people are still stuck in their homes now, knowing that 66% of those who were stuck inside, comprised of the COVID cases. 66% of the people that were stuck in their own homes got COVID anyways.
Exactly.
There you go.
It tells you that, again, these medical practices and recommendations are wrong. You know, you get more, you're more healthy going out in the fresh air with the water and the nature instead of being stuffed up in your home all day with all your germs. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that.
Nope.
And they know that.
Well, speaking of rocket scientists, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
Go to DeAnna for
Wait a minute. I didn't hear that. Say it again.
DeAnna, the number 4, Congress, DeAnna for Congress. That's my Twitter. It's very active every day. It's the hot spot. Not with COVID, but it's the hot spot with news. You go to my website, DeAnnaLorraine.com. And look out for my book coming out, Fighting Nancy Pelosi, coming out June 23rd. And check me out on Newsmap.
Will do. Hey, you know, Laura, you know, DeAnna, sorry, I flunked dental school. Did you know I flunked dental school?
No, what happened?
No, I couldn't get past the orals. Ladies and gentlemen, DeAnna Lorraine, not Laura. DeAnna Lorraine, a star on Newsmax now, as well as the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you so much, and have a great Memorial Day weekend. This is
You too.
This is the Sicilian Spitfire. Thank you.
Woohoo!
All right,
Bye.
woohoo! Have a great weekend.
Everyone, have a good Friday.
All right, bye-bye. Thanks. All righty. So I don't have another call, do we? No, okay. All right, so that was DeAnna Lorraine. That was pretty good. What do you think? Huh? She was pretty animated. And there's another caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's your best buddy, Adolf.
Oh, my goodness. Adolf. Well, actually, Joanne is kind of a good buddy, too, you know. Hi, Joanne. She's there, too. I'm glad I said that.
Yeah. Well,
all right, I'm making you look good. You know, come on. Make your wife look good, and then she feels good about you, and then you get whatever you're going to get later. So
ain't that the truth? Well, we've been discussing what song I should have on the show because I call off.
you and JL. Where the hell's JL today?
Yeah, well,
it's still early. It's still early.
The William Tell Overture, you know, the old Lone Ranger song.
You want me to sing for you?
No.
Matchmaker, match. I was pretty good during that song, by the way.
For you would be Bad to the Bone.
You know what? You're bad to the bone. I'd be bad to the bone. Nah, yeah, it could be. I don't know. That might match too.
At any rate.
Yes.
Speaking of masks and speaking of prisoners, they're letting all these prisoners out all over the place. Who knows how many? Of course, we know what they're doing. They want votes. But couldn't they just give them masks and keep 6 feet apart in their jail? I mean, you have control over them anyway.
You know how small those jails are? Now, I don't know this from experience. Now, don't anybody get any ideas and start looking up when did Weinbaum go to jail? No, I was at Alcatraz. No, seriously, I took the tour of Alcatraz. Well, it was a 10-year tour, but, you know, it was I got out eventually. But no, it was a tour, honest, I swear. And these cells are so tiny that there's no room. I mean, you don't have they're like 6 by 6 feet, you know, so there's no room. So now you got, not only do you have Michael Cohen was just let out, but so was Manafort. And now they're going to spend the rest of their sentences at home. How bad is it that way? I mean, unless you got a nagging wife, it's probably a pretty good deal. Right?
Something like that. I got something for the rabbi.
Okay, well, he's not here right now, but I will be
understood
glad
that
to relate. What do you got for him?
Well, there was these two scientists.
Yeah.
And they decided that we've come to a point in their lives where science can take place of God.
Okay.
So they got a hold of God, and they said, now, don't ask me how they did that, but they managed to get a hold of God, and they said, God, we don't need you anymore. We can do anything you can do. We can raise the dead. We can heal everybody. We can do this. We can do that. So God looked at him, and he says, well, I'd go along with that, but what do you want? And he said, well, we just want you to go away. Well, really? Well, I tell you what. If you pass the test, I'll go away. All right. Yeah. They agreed on that. They go, what's the test? And he says, well, you prove to me that you can do anything you want. Well, okay. One scientist reached down there, grabbed a chunk of dirt, and God says, no. That's my dirt. You go get your own dirt and make your own planet.
That's a good one. All right. That's very deep. Very deep. All right. That's so deep I got to contemplate it, so I got to get off the phone now and talk to somebody else. Okay.
Well, that sounds like a wiener.
Hey, stop that. Now, wait a minute. Now, come on. Hey, you have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Looking forward to seeing you in person.
Yes, me too. Wait a minute, I got a mirror. I can look at myself. No, I meet you in that. Listen, I don't have a mirror actually, but it is something I'm looking into. Anyways, thank you so much, and you guys we'll get together soon. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. God bless.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye. Hi there. Do we have the other one on?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hi there. Welcome. Oops. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
JL.
JL.
Oh God.
From St. James.
Okay, I'm going to put you on a little probation here because you're late.
Well, that's because you had too many people on.
I can never have too many people on.
Well, then quit complaining about me being late when I can't get in.
All right.
You make a valid point there, JL.
It's a valid point, but now you're whining. What do you want?
So I like listening to the girls. Hey, that last call was a real wiener.
Yeah, it was a real what?
Hot dog.
Oh, a wiener? What is it with you people? Come on, you say my stuff isn't funny. Oh my goodness. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, hey, I'm serious point. I can't believe those polls.
Yeah.
About our president and Biden. If that is really true, which I don't believe it, but it's upsetting to me. What's going on here? These people are crazy.
Yeah.
You want this socialism? Is that what you want? You want to be run by Russia and China? Is that what you're looking for?
Do you really believe that the polls are accurate?
No, but it's scary, Dave.
Well, you ought to be scared, but that should get us enthusiastic into, that's what I'm trying to make people understand. Elections are won by enthusiasm, all right? And you got to watch it, and a part of that enthusiasm is to make sure the other side can't cheat, at least as well as you can. Okay,
right.
And I'm not expressing that we should cheat, but you got to stop the other side from doing it. And they're going to do it. They're renowned for doing it. We know they are.
I don't think. Yes.
So
I just got one this morning on Facebook about the election in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And it showed a guy fooling around with the ballots.
And yet we got a Republican in there, and we got a Republican even with vote-in ballots in California.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. I hope it happens to Pelosi.
Well, it's a good.
I really
let's
do.
put it this way: it's a good sign. They turned over a seat that hadn't gone from Democrat to Republican in like 22 years. That's a pretty good sign.
I seen that, Dave.
Yeah.
I seen that, and I was happy for them. And I don't know what's going to happen. It's scary, but if we don't get back to work, we're going to be in serious trouble.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And you got the president now saying, we're going to go back to work, and it's happening in certain states, and it's working. He was even complaining about Georgia, Governor Kemp down there. He's going too far. He said, we want this to be well, he did it anyways, and his numbers are way down in terms of hospitalizations, COVID cases, and all this other stuff. And everybody's saying, well, we can't reopen until we get a vaccine. Well, you know what? We got a vaccine for the flu, and we still have 60,000 people die every year from it. So what's the point? What is the deal here?
Yeah, how many people have died from this virus? So now the problem with that question,
we don't know.
I apologize to it.
Yeah,
but no, because they're not telling you the truth.
Right.
I mean, that's what we don't know. So I'll just take away that question. Sorry, I even brought it up.
It's a fix. I mean, it's a fix. Who knows? They are revising, state of Washington, revising down 20%. Another state also, I believe it was Colorado, down, 20-30% as to what they originally thought were COVID. They're rating they're rating people who have a little bit of COVID but die of a heart attack, die of kidney disease, die of diabetes, and because they have just a tiny bit of COVID, they're blaming it on COVID. Why? Because they get money. They get money.
$19,000. They get $19,000 per.
That's
right. What I heard.
It's sickening. All right, listen, I got to take a break. Okay, and God, do I need a break? I need a break from you.
Oh, okay.
That was wrong. The wiener strikes back. Yeah.
Hey, I can fix that, Dave. I'll be there in 10 minutes with a club.
Oh, that was physical threats, is it?
Hey, you know what? Well, we'll save you the club trip. Lisa's got hers with her.
Yeah, don't worry.
I got one for Lisa real quick, okay?
Jeez.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Miss Lisa?
Yes.
How do you get 500 cows in a barn?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Veterinarian lady, you should know this one really.
Veterinarian?
I would say a bag of grain, but that's probably not correct.
How?
It's you put up a bingo sign.
Oh no!
That's wrong.
What a bunch of bull that was, right?
We can't laugh at that. I can't laugh at that because she's going to torture me later.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for getting my
have
wife
a great
mad at me.
weekend.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Jay.
Appreciate that. You have a great weekend
guys.
too. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we're going to take a break right now. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Reality check number 22. On a scale of 1 to 10, shouldn't customer service be an 11? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. Walk into any Town & Country and you'll feel welcome right away. We're your neighbors. If you're a customer, we'll probably even call you by name. It's just what neighbors do. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Of the multiple choices for investing advice, the Brummett team at Stifel is ready, willing, and able to form a plan to suit your needs. Member of SIPC and NYSE, the Brummett team has been in business for 30 years. Call 573-364-8930. That's 573-364-8930. My son Aaron and I are proud clients of the Brummett team.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Dear people who haven't had a Big Mac, who saw millions of people enjoying something and said, no thanks. We're not giving up on you, because today is a new day. A day for a burger that has a bun in the middle because it can. A day for a sauce so special they put it on there twice. A day for McDonald's most McDonald's burger. So go, because today's your day for a Big Mac.
Now available in 3 sizes, including the new Little Mac and Double Big Mac burgers at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
First of all, this judge is an eyewitness to the corruption. This judge has failed to handle this trial properly. For instance, the government is compelled to provide any exculpatory evidence and other information it has to the defense. It clearly did not. It took a U.S. attorney from the Eastern District of Missouri, under the watchful eye of the Attorney General of the United States, to drag, like pulling teeth, this information out, which shows how corrupt this prosecution was. You know, General Flynn pled guilty. He pled guilty because he had a gun to his head. He pled guilty because they were going after his son. He pled guilty because he was set up and he was going broke. And the judge knows all these things. But he's an innocent man.
Okay, so right now I believe we've got a song coming for our next guest. And he's going to be a little surprised by this, I think, but we'll see.
Busted for Latin Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling near as faded as my jeans.
Woohoo!
Bobby thumbed a diesel.
Come on, sing along, Elad.
Just before it rained, and rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soccer, Bobby sang the blues, yeah. Windshield wipers slapping time, holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song the driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing.
Powerhouse, South Florida lawyer. He writes about politics and law. Published in Epic Times, Washington Examiner, The Federalist, Daily Caller. And he is the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Please welcome Elad Hakim. Yeah, that's Amy levels. All right, so
people probably thought you were having her on.
No, I don't think so. I just wanted to play that for your edification because she hasn't been on in a couple weeks, and I want you to tell her that we're still thinking of her here, okay? Not that we're not thinking of you too, okay? But I think you can handle not having your song in this week, can't you?
I can handle it.
Okay, good. You know my opening act. I told you about this. J.J. Bradshaw scolded me last week because you failed to answer my quest to have you on the show. What's your reaction to that?
My apologies. It's all my fault. Listen, I'm someone, when it's my fault, I admit it's my fault.
You said it's not your fault, though.
No, it is my fault.
Okay.
It is my fault. It was crazy. You know, you texted me. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get back to you in time. My fault.
Okay. All right. That's good. Now, you know, I wrote to you. I want you to tear into me sometimes, you know, because I know you can do it. All right. I realize that you're a nice guy, but take the gloves off every once in a while. I can take it, especially since you're down there in Florida and I'm up here in Missouri, and you don't know where the hell I am right now. So what's your opinion of Judge Sullivan and his behavior in the General Flynn case?
My opinion, I think it's a travesty of justice. You know, the judge is politicized this thing. He is required. You know, I mean, I heard you were playing Mark Levin, I think it was, at the start. And the judge is required to sign off. I mean, look, there's precedent in the D.C. court that the judge doesn't really have discretion to sign off or to decide what to do when the government decides that it wants to dismiss a case. Whether the government decides to bring charges or to dismiss a case, the judge really has to sign off on it. And in this case, the judge decided not to do that. On top of that, the judge decided to welcome amicus briefs, which really aren't utilized in criminal cases. And what they're normally done, they're normally utilized in cases that are of significant public importance. You know, that's why you see them in Supreme Court type cases a lot of times, because the Supreme Court decides cases of public concern, constitutionality, et cetera, et cetera. But this judge opened the door to amicus briefs by opponents, really, of Flynn. And on top of that, he asked a retired judge to figure out an argument or to look into whether there are potential perjury charges against Flynn. This stuff is unheard of, what this judge did. And what Flynn's lawyers did was exactly right. They sought a writ of mandamus, which is basically, it's not commonly used, but it's basically a method. It's a writ that says, hey, court, before there's even a final disposition on a case, it's kind of like in the middle of the case, it's saying to the appellate court, hey, we want you to step in here because the judge abused his power here.
Yeah.
It's an abuse of power.
Yeah.
And they're saying this is incorrect, it's improper, and we need you to put a stop on it right now and to reverse the judge's decision here.
Well, let's assume the judge is not a total idiot or he's gone mentally ill or something. Let's assume he's still like a normal person, sort of. What do you think his motivation is? Does he got a hand in this? Is he part of the coup?
I don't know if the judge is part of the coup, but I think that he's either, one, trying to force Trump to pardon Flynn, or two, clearly based on his prior...
Why does he want Trump to pardon Flynn?
Because I think that makes it look like he has something to hide. I mean, the last thing you want to do, Trump would rather not get involved in it, because then, people are going to use it as another opportunity to politicize this and say, look, Flynn was guilty, and it took Trump's pardon in order to get him off. And that's just another talking point. But in this case, you also have to look at the judges, to answer your question also. I don't know if he's part of the deep state, so to speak, but looking at the judge's previous comments towards Flynn, clearly he has animosity towards Flynn. He doesn't believe Flynn.
Called him a traitor. He called a 33-year general a traitor.
He should have recused himself a while ago. He should have recused himself. And the fact that he didn't is just, it's really, it's an abuse of power. That's what it is. It's an abuse of power.
So you're pretty riled up about this, aren't you?
You know what? As a lawyer, as a member of the legal profession, knowing what the judge is and isn't supposed to do, and it's not only this judge but judges in general, it's a travesty. It's a travesty the way this plea was originated. It's a travesty the way they fooled and tricked Flynn and the methods that they used to get Flynn to even plead guilty to begin with. And it's a travesty that after all that, and the judge knowing all that, still wouldn't sign off on a dismissal when the government is the one that decided to dismiss the case.
Exactly.
It's a travesty.
Let's switch to Susan Rice, one of your favorite people. So she released and declassified a declassified email that seems to protect her, Obama, the White House lawyer, and seems to throw Comey and McCabe and this guy Priestleb under the bus. A, is this a sign the rats will be pointing fingers? Seems like she's doing that. B, will they point to Biden and Obama? And C, who gets indicted?
Wow. Well, look, I think the whole thing was unusual. I know this has been discussed, but I can tell you that it's very uncommon to sit there and to say statements like "by the book" when you are outgoing, you're the leaving administration. To make such references is unusual. So it's clearly a CYA. I don't know who. I was disappointed, let's say, that with Barr's recent comments that Obama and Biden likely wouldn't face criminal prosecution, or at least weren't the focus of Durham's investigation. Although, I told you last time, I'm not a criminal lawyer, so I don't know. From what's been said, there's a difference between abuse of power and criminal conduct. So, and as far as who gets indicted, I wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe Strzok, maybe Comey. I think Comey, maybe Comey. You notice that Comey hasn't said anything recently, ever since all this stuff came out.
And if you were his lawyer, what would you tell him?
I would tell him right now to be quiet. I would tell him to be quiet.
I'd tell him to go live in Wuhan. Nobody would want us to go over there to get him, I don't think.
I would tell him to be quiet.
Yeah.
Until such time as this stuff came out, he had plausible deniability, but now there's no doubt that he was aware of what was going on, and there's no doubt that whether it raises to the level of
Are you talking about Obama or are you talking about Comey?
No, I'm talking about Comey.
Okay.
Obama is a whole other story.
Yeah.
Obama's a whole other story. But Comey, Strzok, McCabe, and some of these guys, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see possible indictment. I don't know how high it's going to go, but
here's the interesting part. Here's the interesting part to me. Barr has said that they don't have enough evidence to investigate Obama or Biden. When these guys
to investigate. He said to indict.
To indict. I thought he said investigate, but that's an interesting difference there. But when Barr indicts these other guys, they're going to rat on Biden and Obama, aren't they? They're going to tell people how involved they were, and so maybe that what?
Never face indictment.
God damn it! They got to take care of this. We're not above the law, right? Nobody's above the law, especially after what they've done to Trump all these years. For goodness sakes.
Barr simply said he doesn't foresee Durham recommending, criminal charges against Biden and Obama.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, everybody's saying, well, that's garbage because, that means there's no real justice here, and I think a lot of people misread that because I think you're right. They're saying that we're not at this time considering that. However, they didn't say the other part, which is if something else comes up, well, maybe. But I don't think it should have to do with whether or not there's any precedent or not to do this, because if you commit a crime, nobody's above the law, and they've already tried to now reintroduce the impeachment fraud by going to the Supreme Court and trying to get them to release the Mueller grand jury. How about that one?
Yeah, you knew that. The basic thing is typically, as you know, grand jury information is protected, and you can't disclose it. One of the reasons is because you want to protect the identity of those people who are on the grand jury. Protect them from retribution, from being intimidated to say, whatever it is. One exception to that is during a proceeding, so to speak. And one way that some courts have defined a proceeding is by way of impeachment. So the argument goes that if there's a proceeding, if there's a investigation or even a pre-impeachment investigation, that's a proceeding, and because of that, we can see the grand jury testimony. However, there are other requirements that have to be met in order to get the information. So I'm happy that the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court didn't make a final decision. The Supreme Court merely denied an emergency request to get the information. And I think they said that they have until a date certain in order to provide a memo or a brief.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Why they're entitled to it.
You don't think it's going to happen, do you?
It's a tough call. I hope it does not happen.
Yeah.
In this case, because I really do think that this is a fishing expedition. And I think that it creates dangerous precedent where anytime somebody wants to obtain grand jury information, they could just preface it under the guise of a bogus impeachment. So I hope that the Supreme Court takes that into consideration. That you can't use it as a fishing expedition. There's no proof of any impeachable offense here. So we'll see. I mean, I hope that it's.
All right. Well, listen, I got to get going here. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and hire you?
They can find me at Thoughtfully Conservative on Facebook and at Thoughtful GOP on Twitter, and then obviously just look me up, Elad Hakim, with any legal questions.
Elad, Florida has a new rule for golf. You can't hold somebody else's balls. Okay? I'm not too sure, but I think soccer too. So I know that's your game. All right. Thank you so much for your enthusiastic interview on the Dave Weinbaum Show. You have a great weekend, Shabbat Shalom, and have a great Memorial Day weekend. All right. Thank you
for having me, guys. Shabbat
all right.
Shalom.
Bye-bye. All right, and we're going to take a break right now because I've got something going. I guess we're going to do the break first and then take the call. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Price Chopper and Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area with a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe. You can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper and Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Lavish Day Spa is the place to get rid of all your stress and worries. We are a full-service spa and salon. I myself specialize in deep tissue massages. My favorite client is my father, Dave Weinbaum. Call 364-0905 to set your relief from pain and strain. That number again is 364-0905. Lavish Day Spa.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, Food Equipment Repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
At Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, we're here to help with the Chevy Cares program. Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months on all new 2019 and 2020 Chevy Silverado 1500, plus no payment for 120 days with GM financing. Fairground Auto Plaza is there for you. Stop in today, or if you don't want to get out, that's not a problem. For Phelps County residents, we'll come to you. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza online or in person at 100 Fairgrounds Road. Chevy, find new roads.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
So when the government says we're going to drop this case, and the defense says, yes, drop the case, both parties agree there's no case, and so the judge decides, well, I'll decide if there's a case or not. I'll substitute my opinions for the parties' opinions. Now, we have a Supreme Court decision last week, 9-0, written by Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which basically says you can't bring in these amicus curiae, these friend of the court briefs, because you as a judge, and she was talking to the Ninth Circuit back then, because you as a judge decide you don't really like how the parties have set up this case. And there's a 9-0 decision. This judge is in Washington, D.C. He's defying the Supreme Court. The D.C. Court of Appeals has done the same thing. He's defying the Court of Appeals. He's defying the wishes of the parties, and he's violating the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution because he knows what was done to Flynn was an unreasonable search and seizure.
We're solving the problem from the wrong end. This is a health problem. We can't sanitize the universe. Governors should declare keeping our bodies in good health an essential job, because that's the only way we are going to win this. God knows what is all over your pets and in their mouth, and then you invite them on the bed and they try to French kiss you and sometimes succeed. And some people don't even fight it. But what's the point of a pet if you're not going to pet it? It's in the name. And what's the point of life if you can't live it? So this weekend, do something nice for your immune system. Go outside. That mysterious land beyond your curtains where the Grubhub drivers live, and get some fresh air and vitamin D and break a sweat doing something besides eating hot chicken. Because at the end of the day, you can't keep all the pathogens out. I worry.
He worries. He's worried.
You know what? I just believe that I did something very healthy for my immune system, ladies and gentlemen, because it is my first anniversary of our marriage tomorrow. That's the 23rd.
Right. There you go.
And we both told each other we're not going to get each other anything, which is code to me that you better get her something or you're a dead man. So my immune system maybe has more time to work things out. You want to open it? It's from Kent Jewelry, by the way, a great sponsor.
It's a beautiful package.
Beautiful package, and boy, they're open. So
he didn't
go
even
in
get
there.
Stabbed by the knife when you were opening it.
I know.
No, I almost did. I was almost there with it. I know he'd do it. That's a problem.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, drum roll. You have one.
Whoa! Oh my God!
You like
it's
that?
beautiful.
You like that?
Is it really?
Huh?
It's beautiful emerald.
Don't show to him.
Wow.
He could.
I could. Yeah, I can't.
All right.
Oh
So.
my gosh! Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, honey.
Thank you. Can I kiss you?
Yes, you may.
All right.
Okay, that was 3 kisses. All right.
Cat is at home too.
Stop it, because it's that we're getting to be a little bit more than PG rated, maybe a little X rated when you do that. Yeah, there you go. Even the crowd likes this, Yeah, so go to Kent Jewelry and get some stuff, because take care of the sponsors of the show, please.
Follow me at.
We're not
Follow
done
me.
yet, are we?
Wait, yeah. Well, no. You're
Okay.
you're good.
I'm looking at the clock. Are you trying to kick me off?
No. That was.
Why does that make you feel bad? Did you not get your wife an anniversary gift? Oh no, never mind.
Which year?
I'm thinking, did I miss my anniversary?
I
forget something.
I was being facetious.
It's next month.
This is gorgeous.
Thanks for the pre-warning,
I was being facetious. By the way, the Salvation Army is open and taking donations again. And why I said that? Because a guy stopped me in my drive-thru and said, "Hey, I want to talk to you." I said, "You can't talk to me in the drive-thru." And I'm busy. I'm working here, you know. Oh, okay. So he contacted me on Facebook. So I said, "I'll tell him. I'll say something on here." I hope you're not mad at me, Steve.
No, you're good.
Good. So this is our first anniversary, and too bad we're not back in the Bahamas. You know, that's
exactly.
My wife. I recently got a whole bunch of wine. You know, what my wife's favorite wine is. I want to go back to the Bahamas. There you go. What can I tell you?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Notice
what
how
do you
I
know
didn't
about
touch that
funny?
with the 10-foot pole.
I'm just going to say thank you for the
What do you
beautiful,
know?
beautiful necklace.
You're
and I love you and happy anniversary.
I love you too.
Okay.
But you know what? We got other stuff we can do here. For example.
Okay, well I'm done.
For example, I think we ought to do number 12 here, Seinfeld dogs.
Oh, okay.
Because you know, in the hopes that our dogs will enjoy this. Are they listening? I wonder. The birds.
Dogs are pets. Dogs are the pets that really. Dogs want to be people. Do you ever feel that from your dog? You walk by him and he's just sitting there in the living room with that look on his face, like he's thinking, "I could do that. He's not that good. Look, he tripped on the carpet edge over there." And they get up there in the front seat of the car. This is, of course, I think, the ultimate dog experience. To ride in the front seat of the car with the human being. Did you ever take your dog out like that? Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, you've got nothing to do. He's generally free. He's not going to go, "I did have the bone scheduled for today. I could push it into Monday, but that kind of backs me up with the rawhide chew toys. I can't really, no. I'm just all jammed up here." So they get up in the front seat of the car. I think the first thing they notice is that your head and his head are the same height. And he thinks, "Hey, maybe no one will know I'm a dog." It's just those two heads going down the street. He watches the road. What is he looking at? Why is he watching the road? Are you going to turn there? I would turn there.
Okay, that's Seinfeld, and I got 5 minutes. I can do anything in 5 minutes, can't I?
You got 4 minutes, yeah.
We've got extras.
We do have extras.
I think we should play it because I think it's Waters first. Let's play Waters, and
we have a Levine and 4 Trumps.
I have a Levine. Yeah, Waters and Levine and 4 Trumps.
All right.
So, why don't we? I think we have a phone call. I'll do that first.
Okay.
If it's for the show. So.
I don't know why it would be ringing line 2 when line 1
don't know
is
either.
open.
Hello?
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from North.
Well, hello, Chester. How are you?
I am fine.
What did we do wrong today? Can you hear the show now?
Oh yeah, I can hear the show.
Oh, good, great.
I want to explain once and for all why all of you guys who keep wanting to see the president go to jail are going to be sadly disappointed for a very good, straightforward reason.
All right, quickly.
Okay. The Constitution says the only way to get rid of the president is to impeach him. The reason for that is because everything that the president did, whether you think Obama's a criminal or not, everything that he did with the consent of Congress. Either they agreed with it and helped, or they agreed with it and did nothing, or they didn't agree with it but failed to stop him. Therefore, everything that the president does, criminal or otherwise, is done with the consent of Congress. Now,
how about they didn't know about it?
That's when it becomes an impeachable high crime and misdemeanor, and then they can throw his butt in jail.
So
but
you're saying that
doesn't
go over to when he's no longer president. Is that what you're saying?
No. The crimes he committed as president, he committed while he was president with Congress overseeing and either agreeing with it or not disagreeing with it, which is essentially the same thing. And that's why you don't put.
They didn't know about it. There's a difference.
Doesn't matter.
It was hidden from them.
They knew about it. Everybody.
How do you know they knew about it?
The $1.5 billion that he gave to the Iranians, the other stuff that anything you know.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about overthrowing the incoming president of the United States of America
They
or
knew
trying to overthrow an election. And I'm telling you, maybe some of them knew it, but they certainly did not approve of it.
Excuse me. For the last 3 years, what have the Democrats in Congress been doing with their hearings on impeachment?
But we don't
they
know
are
where
inhonest.
they kept.
It is all
they
one
kept
big
hidden from the Republicans and America the facts of where this came from, and we're just finding it out now.
But they knew it all along.
Who knew it?
The Congress, collectively.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, oh, of course they did. They all knew what was going on.
Oh, I see.
When Nunes tried screaming about what a scam all of this was, he was shut up right away by the Democrats. And what did the Lindsey Grahams do? Nothing. Now,
so you're saying both parties in Congress have known about this from the get-go because they have to vote on it in order for the president to be able to do it?
No, they didn't vote on it.
Or, no. They don't have to vote for it, but they could always stop anything that he's doing if they wanted to. They chose not to.
Well, it's an interesting point. I don't know whether you're right. I don't know whether you're wrong.
Read the Constitution.
I'm going to read you the riot act next time I see you. That's what I'm going to do.
You know